Alright guys, I think that we are live now. I could be wrong, but I'm gonna hope that we have gotten ourselves through those couple technical difficulties, and I would like to once again, folks, welcome you back to our CS Select show match for this evening between LunatiK and MouseSpaz here. We've already gone through the vetoes, and one more time, as I think quite a few people might have missed that, we were having those couple issues, but we're back now. We're gonna be starting off tonight on Dust 2, moving over to Mirage. Season. After that will be Inferno, and then if we need to play a fifth map, it'll be done over on Overpass, and the sides will be decided via a knife round. Joining me this evening is Hurrikane. So, how you doing tonight, man?
I'm doing wonderful, my friend. Just getting these little minor details figured out, but yeah, I'm doing good.
I'm just going to disable the in-game voice there for me. So anyway, we're going to be moving into, hopefully we actually should be getting started here pretty quickly now that the stream is live, and actually we've had some time to let the players get themselves in. Everybody's connected, everybody's ready to play, we're just waiting for those guys to ready up. But this should be a very interesting match tonight. I was checking out some of the threads over on the CSGO betting subreddit and just kind of looking around here. This seems to be a fairly even match with quite a few people feeling strong for their respective teams on both sides, but I mean, in regards to the people deciding who they think is actually going to win, you take a look, it's actually pretty even. It's kind of a toss-up, I would say, and I don't have much experience watching these teams or these players, so for me, it is kind of a blind draw. What do you think? What do you think of tonight's match here?
Actually, I have a lot of experience playing with both teams, honestly. Scouts is a really good friend of mine, old teammate. And I've actually rang for LunatiK a few times during their practices. And the other team, MouseSpaz, Demise is an old teammate of mine, but other than that, I haven't really played with everyone else. But we actually casted one of their matches there. They're a part of a previous BO5 we did, and they played really well. So I'm excited to see what they can bring to the table. I think in terms of where both of these teams are right now, that this is a very good matchup.
Yeah, definitely. And again, we take a look at the fact that MouseSpaz still kind of rolling with a new roster at the moment. LunatiK as well have some new players, but if I understand correctly, most of the roster that they do have now is part of an old one, so they still have a lot of synergy coming in for the past, whereas with MouseSpaz, they may still be adjusting, but there's a lot of talent on MouseSpaz as well, so we could be expecting them to pull something out here tonight, in addition to what LunatiK is already bringing in terms of consistency there. It's going to be a very interesting match, and again, we should be getting started here, hopefully in just a few moments, as we're just waiting for those last two players to ready up, and we'll be getting started with our first match here on Dust 2. The sides, once again, by the way, we should have, as this was LunatiK's map pick here, we should have MouseSpaz starting us off here on... we should have MouseSpaz starting off on CT, and then LunatiK will start off on T, and then we'll see where we go from there. But what do you think of the side starts here, based on how these teams play?
I would expect both teams actually have pretty good terrorist sides, so I think that it's not really going to matter too much. Dust 2, I think, is a great map to open up with, just because I'd give the edge to LunatiK for the team chemistry, but on Dust 2, you don't need a lot of team chemistry, in my opinion, to be able to play it at a pretty high level. So I'm excited to see that as the first map, because I think that's very even playing field, great opener. And then Mirage, I think, is going to really test MouseSpaz, as that map, I think, is very teamwork oriented.
Alright guys, well, we're getting to it. Let's take a look once again, as we're now beginning with our first round of the night here. Once more, for those of you just joining us, MouseSpaz versus LunatiK Esports. This is the first map in a best-of-5 set. First team to 3 points will take home our first place for this evening. So let's take a look. Starting us off here, big stack hitting in to the A doors at the moment. Is going to push out towards long, trying to go over in that direction. Not a lot of coverage here coming out from MouseSpaz at the moment. Only Imsta at the moment is going to be watching that one. They've got a couple guys stacked over here on Catacomb, so they can easily reinforce, which they're going to be doing now as the action gets started. Imsta gets brought down to just 1 HP, trying to pick off what he can, but unfortunately a frag grenade comes out there from Scouts to take him out of the picture now, and the rest of LunatiK is going to be coming onto the site. Unfortunately, not a lot of MouseSpaz is really able to find much there. Some nice damage comes out onto TBU as well as Scouts and Soul, but beyond that, and oh, nice pick coming out there from Zek as well. Beyond that, though, we're not going to see much happening. Scouts, though, finding not one, but maybe even 2 picks over there. Soul's also going to be able to take out Demise, and now we're just down to FGB and Zek, and it looks like LunatiK should be able to take the first round here.
Yeah, it's getting really close here. Really well done so far by LunatiK, But the retake by MouseSpaz isn't over here. Zek on a 1-on-2, but Drossel able to take down both players, and just really well done, I think, by both teams. I liked what we saw there. LunatiK able to get that long control, leverage into the site, and get the bomb down. Great afterplant positioning. Scouts with the perfect long flank patrol, able to stop that, and that pretty much, I think, sealed the deal for LunatiK there.
And as we take a look once again here, a little bit of split action coming out from the guys on LunatiK, as you can see by their buys. 2 AKs and a Galil, along with 2 MP7s coming out on the board, and at least one of the guys with the MP7s is going to be heading into upper tunnels at the moment to see if he can catch any rushers from MouseSpaz. They're going to move the bomb in that direction here too, so a bit of interesting split. 2-1-2, this is not too crazy. We'll see pretty much the same thing coming out from MouseSpaz, because they are going to move one player, push pretty heavily up towards the up towards long doors at the moment to try and hold off. Again, get in that close range there, so the P250 hopefully can act a little bit better. But unfortunately, I don't think he's going to find anything, as the push is coming out now from LunatiK, solidifying itself over here towards mid as they push in. Fruit is going to be able to spot Scouts here, but unfortunately I think Scouts actually gets the first size. No damage will actually be done, and it does put a hold, however, on LunatiK now, as they are stuck here waiting for a smoke to come out, which it finally does, and here they come now. Keep in mind, we're also going to see another player coming in from tunnels at the moment. Not going to find anyone, though, and FGG takes him out. FGB going to survive with just a few HP, just 2 exactly, as he falls back inside of the upper tunnels now, and once again, LunatiK are going to be able to get onto this site as MouseSpaz will be forced to reposition or for a retake.
Yeah, here comes the retake for them. Honestly wouldn't be surprised if they just go for exit kills at this point. I think the terrorists have too much map control or bomb site control at this point, and I mean, MouseSpaz went for pretty much a full save, so they only have starter pistols, and I wouldn't be surprised really if they're just going for the exits, and it looks like they are. But LunatiK Drake picks up 2 kills, and it doesn't look like they're going to be able to get any frags on these surviving terrorists.
FGB try to grab a couple before the bomb explodes, but unfortunately won't be able to do much there. TVU also even going to find Imsta there to take him out, and just like that, we're going to have LunatiK Esports taking a 2-0 victory now here, or rather a 2-0 lead, I should say, and they'll be looking pretty good here now. We'll see what MouseSpaz is able to pull off in the next one. I think they managed to drop that MP7 too, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah,
so
TVU killed him at the last second.
That's going to be a pretty good take for MouseSpaz, as once again, they're reduced pretty much down to pistols, P250s, and just standard pistols now, so LunatiK looks pretty good again, at least on the gun side of things, to take a 3rd round in a row, which we would generally expect, so that's going to be a good open lead for them. But a bit of a rush coming out from MouseSpaz here into the upper tunnels at the moment. They are going to be able to catch, I believe it's going to be, who is this at the moment here? They're going to catch Invert, but Invert trying to break out of the box there is going to take down Zek. FGB corner now, as well as we see another player from LunatiK coming in to take him out of play. Just like that, it's down to 2 players here to 1 player from MouseSpaz. As Imsta gets taken out by TVU, and unfortunately Demise is also going to get fragged by Invert, giving LunatiK yet another round. Easy 3 rounds for them as they took that pistol round, but now we're going to see what MouseSpaz is able to bring out after these first 3 rounds have gone by. First real buy should be coming out from MouseSpaz now.
Yeah, and we got pretty much the full set nades for everyone except Zek, who's opping for the CTs. Everyone else M4. Actually, all of them going for silencer. Smokes on everyone, and everyone on the terrorist side is looking good. Invert already with that op. He's my impact player for this LunatiK team. Looks like we have some quick B action. They're just going straight for it.
And as they move in here, Zek is actually going to be able to find the first kill. Gets 2 kills, actually takes out TVU. Excellent frags coming out from MouseSpaz. They reduce everything down to just Invert. And just like that, change up the scope of the game. As unfortunately, Invert is stuck way over here, just outside of T-spawn. And unfortunately, he's not going to be able to do much except hopefully hide in the corner and save that out, probably.
Yeah, LunatiK just getting shut down by that B hold. They, running through smokes isn't always the best option, but they went for it anyway. Start off the first gun round with kind of a bang, and just really good shots there by Zek. He was in the perfect position to just pivot back and forth from that window, get some nice kills, and really just start off strong for this MouseSpaz team, which you want as soon as you saw how those ecos really played out for MouseSpaz. They barely got any kills on LunatiK, so LunatiK's money looked so good going into that round. To shut them down like that is a great start for MouseSpaz.
Yeah, absolutely here and now. As we get down to about the last 30 seconds, unfortunately, it doesn't look like MouseSpaz is playing this too aggressively. Does not really want to screw around with Invert, as I think they've got a pretty good feeling he's got that op still in his arsenal. So I think Invert, again, unless they go for a pretty big scatter on the map here, he should be able to save that op, bring into the next round. That's going to be something saved for LunatiK. And looking at the rest of the money here, I think that they've got enough to force buy, so it shouldn't affect LunatiK's economy too much, obviously, as we'll go into the next round with them still bringing a full buy-in after taking the first 3 rounds as well.
Yeah, and we'll see what MSpaz does. They played very standard, but they know that Invert has this op. Zach has his op. He's feeling it. He got 3 kills last round. So I wonder what they're going to do. Maybe they'll do something a little special here with Zach. Maybe boost him middle or get him on catwalk to get a lower pick, as usually you want to be a little bit of the moving man when you have an op in this situation.
Yeah, definitely, in my opinion, I think we'll be looking at a little bit more conservative level play from these guys, though, as after a field rush like that, they might want to hold back, but I could actually be wrong on that, as we've got 3 guys kind of rushing into the upper tons, not going to head towards B, though, only 1 watching that angle, other 2 heading down towards lower, so it looks like it's going to try to push from mid-control here, because you have 3 players within the vicinity of that, including Inver with his op here once again. 1 will be pushing through the A doors at the moment, that'll be Imsta, might be able to find TVU in a second here, as he pops right through, nice shots coming out from Imsta, does find the first frag of the round there. And beyond that as well, not a lot of other information is gained from that, except for the fact that there was someone guarding that point, which is obviously now dead. So 2 more getting ready to push up the cat, though, as Demise is holding this angle steady here. Smoked off as well, so unfortunately doesn't look like LunatiK is going to be able to do too much here. But now we see once again LunatiK, or MouseSpaz rather, still kind of spread out, but definitely this is the place where MouseSpaz wants LunatiK to push, but oh look, Demise gets baited out here a little bit with that smoke that gets tossed in mid. Coming up on top now, but LunatiK already getting onto the point here now as he gets flashed and forced back into CT spawn once again. Holding up for on the ramp, there's going to be Fruit, and actually doing a nice job. Demise gets 2 frags as well, where we finally see Soul take out Demise as well as Fruit there, but now once again already brought down to a 1 versus 3. Looks like we're going to see MouseSpaz once again nicely done with that defense. They're going to take another round, bring it up to 2-3.
Yeah, really good hold there by especially Demise. That was such good spray control there. That's such a hard angle coming up from that ramp, spotting just the heads and spraying, perfectly, getting 2 kills and then falling back, waiting for teammates. Just good plays all around by them. And now we see a little bit of a half save here for LunatiK.
As they push in once again, I think they're just going to go right for it. They are going to run into multiple players here from MouseSpaz, and actually Drake's going to get the first kill over there on the Demise, but as you can see, Imsta holding up, does miss that first shot over, but nice frag coming out, might be able to find a kill here, but unfortunately not going to be the case. They do a lot of damage though. Now Fruit's just coming in with the M4 spray at the moment here. FGB also gets a piece of the action as he takes down Inver, where we finally see another kill for LunatiK scored as they take down Soul. Now it's up to Scouts and Soul against FGB, Imsta, and Zek, but just like that, we've got FGB taking out Scouts once again, and unfortunately this leaves it all down to Soul, and as it is a 1v3, he might be able to get this plant down for a little bit of extra money for his team, but not going to be able to do much beyond that as he's stuck inside a corner. Another easy defuse for the guys on MouseSpaz, and
nice
now they're going to tie it up.
By MSpaz.
Definitely. And now as we head into this next round as well, it is looking like, actually, no, LunatiK's still doing okay. Again, they did risk a little bit there, and it's going to cost them, but they're still looking okay on the eco side of things, so they're still actually going to be able to keep themselves pretty competitive when it comes to the gun game here, thanks to those first 3 round takes.
Yeah, they're looking strong now. They have actually upgraded to the double op setup for MSpaz, and then Invert picking up that op as well. So there's going to be some interesting gun battles going on throughout the map.
As we take a look here too, we've got 3 pushed in upper tons at the moment. One's going to hold back just outside of T-spawn, another one outside double doors. Insta's actually going to get the first kill of the game once again here, as unfortunately they get trapped in the lower tons there, with Imsta scoring a kill just over on Cat. They'll fall back onto the A side with that victory inside their pocket. And now see what else they're able to work here. Again, they don't actually know where the bomb is or anything yet. I'm going to assume that they were able to see Drake as well when they were scoring these kills, but Drake, unfortunately, there's not much pressure being put onto him, so he should be able to sneak back up towards mid and regroup with his other teammate, Tivu, here. Now, once again, as we take a look, too, they're actually holding off. They're going to try to play for mid-control here. Somewhat surrounded at the moment, so not getting the best ideas. Demise gets another kill here, able to take out Drake. Drell is going to be able to eliminate Demise, though. And as well, we'll also see Zek get taken down. So, down to a 3v3. Not over yet. FGB tries to hold in that little bit of an awkward corner, but unfortunately, Inver, nice, very quick pick there with the op to take him down. And oh my goodness, Imsta there with a bit of a blind shot through the doors. Does manage to catch Invert on the jump. And now we're down to a 2v2. Technically, they got control of the site, and I think they are going to be able to get the plant down with it. Oh! Fruit sees him through the smoke, takes out TVU, and no bomb plant either. All up to Drassel now, trying to hold inside, but pressure coming in from all angles, trying to watch everything. Does manage to take down Fruit, and Imsta's coming up on top of the window. Not paying attention to that, though. And Imsta is going to be able to get that op shot, takes down Soul. And now MouseSpaz take another round as well as the lead here as we head into round number 8.
Yeah, MSpaz just waking up. I think once they got these rifles in their hands, it's just been them dominating. They've really set the bar pretty high here for rifle play, in these first opening gun rounds, and LunatiK's paying the price for it now. A lot of unsuccessful gun rounds back to back, and now they're reduced to saving with P250s and Tech 9s.
And while we are in a bit of an eco round here, guys, we are doing a mouse giveaway, by the way, so if you folks are interested in participating in that, go ahead over to Twitter, follow at @CS_select as well as at Mischief Capital. We have more information that should be linked in the chat now if you are interested in winning that mouse, and I think it is a Logitech G402 Hyperion Furies. If you guys are interested in that, once again, head over to Twitter, follow at @CSSelect and at Mischief Capital, and we'll have more information in the chat.
And Fruit picking up a kill on Drake, and now LunatiK out middle, and it looks like they're just going to go straight forward, but Imps is in perfect position here, misses the shot actually. Quite unfortunate, but here comes the saving terrace coming through the window. They've breached into B. FGB needs to hold this first team, and wow, nice double kill there by FGB in the face of danger. Needed to pull up a lot of kills to make sure that LunatiK doesn't get that bomb down, and keep exerting keep their economic advantage. And well done by him. And MouseSpaz looking great so far, 5 rounds in a row.
And now as we head once again here, we're going to see LunatiK pick up the full buys once again here. Everyone except Invert obviously picking up the op, but unfortunately not going to last too long as Zek gets a nice opening pick to take Invert right out of the picture here. And this leaves LunatiK guessing as to what's going to be happening. They have pushed through in too long, but unfortunately Demise is holding things off at the moment here. Is going to be able to take down TVU to start this off as well. So already down to a 5 versus 3, and just like that, Imsta scores another kill. Zek also going to be able to take down Drossel, and now it's all up to Drake, and unfortunately 1v5, probably can't do much. Gonna see what he can save, obviously, but beyond that, not expecting much else to happen. As we'll probably see MouseSpaz just take yet another round here.
Yeah, they've just been shutting down LunatiK wherever they're going. The op pick from Zek in the beginning really setting the table for him. And MouseSpaz doing a lot of the good stuff that you need to on the C side. Drake able to pick up FGB. They see now that bombs aren't there. At least, oh, never mind. Fruit hasn't seen it yet, and now he has. So now he's seen it, and the CTs are repositioning just like they should be. Zek holding that B tunnels. We have Fruit at top middle, and then Imps is holding Suicide for him. So Fruit just kind of playing it's nice and slow. Drake trying to sneak out a kill here. If he can pick up Fruit, it would be really good. Ooh, Fruit throwing out that Tech 9, 10 out of 10 BM, and able to pick up Drake, and MouseSpaz just keeps rolling.
Absolutely, now double the score for LunatiK, up 6-3, starting it off down 0-3, taking now 6 rounds in a row. A very impressive comeback from MouseSpaz, looking to continue it once again here. And it looks like LunatiK are going to go, again, kind of all in on the buys here. We are even going to see Invert reduced down just to a Galil, unfortunately. The rest of the guys will still be able to pick up full AKs and whatnot, but a bit of a broken buy coming out from LunatiK as we head into the 10th round here to see what they're able to pull off. And they're just going to go right in through long at this point. 4 stack heading down long at the moment with 1 player playing inside of the tunnels. Won't be able to find much there except maybe 1 player on cap, but by the time they breach into the A site itself, or by the time they go for the entry here, it's going to get stopped. And Zek once again here gets the first frag of the round as he takes out not 1 but 2 players, 3 players with that op shot there. And we're finally going to see him get taken down by TVU. TVU is able to score 2 frags. He takes out both Zek and Demise, but now it's just down to those 2. Drossel, however, going to try to bring it back, as now it's down to a 2 versus 2. Imsta hiding outside T-spawn. Fruit is well up on the catapult. They don't have control of the site just yet, but with still a minute on the clock, they've got plenty of options to work with here.
Wow, just how that game or that round enveloped was just so good. Such a nice hold there by Zek, getting 3 kills, but then the trade kills coming in, Tivu coming in huge, and then Drossel on that lurk playing it beautifully, and Fruit just able to spot Drossel, and that lurk almost got him another kill. So now MouseSpaz together, thinking that he's still in A. They're not quite sure, as Fruit's just kind of checking out the site, but Tivu's on catwalk, moving very slow. He's playing at a very slow pace because he has 8 HP, but the bomb. MouseSpaz playing it right, in my opinion, staying very close, and MouseSpaz perfect positioning, perfect crosshair placement to kill a player just walking out of catwalk like that, and the streak continues.
Absolutely, as MouseSpaz once again continues to dominate here. They are going to force LunatiK to be behind once more, and as we tech down the timer here to start off the next round, I think that we'll see, it looks like we're going to see again another kind of Tech 9 armor buy coming out here from LunatiK, couple P250s as well, as they will go for a little bit more of kind of a mid-save round here.
Yeah, and they just need to get their money right, and they haven't been able to establish any equipment value yet because, no one survived after these rounds. Just taking a look real quick, last 4 rounds have ended with complete elimination of the terrorist team. So no one's been surviving, saving any guns, and it's hurting the economy bad for LunatiK.
Imsta once again going to start things off, not with his off granted, but will be able to take down TVU. Zek will find a frag on the scouts there. Also some shots coming through CT at the moment. Is going to be able to take out Dralso once again as he tries to go on. FGB gets 2 flags, and now once again all up to Invert here. He is alone on the site at the moment with FGB. But unfortunately, FGB is going to get a nice swap over to his pistol there, take out Invert, and take 3 kills with him to end that round. And yet another one for MouseSpaz now, as they're up to 8 rounds in a row continuous without LunatiK breaking even one through there.
Yeah, it's just been very abysmal offense here that we've seen from LunatiK. They need to get established themselves on just any part of the map. I don't think that they've really, shown that they can compete with MouseSpaz so far in any of these rounds, especially the gun rounds. So they need to start getting some kills and put some pressure on these MouseSpaz players because, like we've seen from Zek, he's just been absolutely dominant and he's confident.
Yeah, the entries from LunatiK overall here need to be way, way better. That's the main problem that I'm noticing is when they jump into a site, there's just nothing happening, unfortunately, and there's like 3-to-1 trades coming out in almost every single round here in favor of MouseSpaz, unfortunately, when they try to go into a site, which is not what they want to be happening, even if they do get control of the site. And once again, Zek is going to open things up with the first frag of the round as he takes out Drake, still playing a mid-angle here at the moment, trying to see if he's going to be able to find anyone else. Won't be happening, but FGB over on the B site itself here is able to take one player with him, finds a second one too as he takes out scouts there. Invert still hiding inside the B tunnel at the moment, entry into B site, but again, now Molly going to get popped out there by FGB. They've got things secured. TVU is going to try to make something happen over here in mid, but immediately Fruit comes out to stop that one from happening, and now it's out on the Invert once again, and they know absolutely where he's hiding out, so FGB is going to pop right out there. Nice break control with the M4 to take down Invert and give MouseSpaz yet another round here.
Yeah, I mean, what more can we analyze about this? It's just been completely dominated by MouseSpaz. I like LunatiK's idea. I mean, they kind of showed themselves at B tunnels early. There's smokes there. They waited it out, and MouseSpaz didn't really take advantage of them being so weak on all the other sides of the map. So it wasn't like, they lost that map control or anything. It's just unfortunate that when they came in, it was just really good hold there by MouseSpaz, and they haven't lost a gunfight yet.
As we see him still once again holding off a 1 versus 2 just outside of the A doors and along at the moment here. He's going to force TVU back as he takes down Invert to start this round off once again in favor of a MouseSpaz here. Other than that, we've got 3 players looking like they're going to be pushing up cat. One more is playing inside the tunnels but might get taken out in a second here. Actually, no, it's going to be Dralso that gets the kill over there with a Galil. Bringing it down once again now as Dralso is considering pushing into B to try and divert some of the attention over towards that point. Won't really be happening though as Fruit's still holding strong. One of the strongest players here, Fruit, in terms of holding sights, is going to be waiting over here just again, keeping his eyes pretty much planted at the moment on Cat. So unfortunately, when this attempt does come out, it might not bear much fruit, as now even Demise is closing in on the rest of these players. Demise is getting ready to pop right out, come up behind these players at the moment. Dralso's waiting as well, but here we go. The action's getting started. Fruit's holding off on the point. Nice flash here, could definitely make something happen with this, but TVU going to try to jump down. Not going to be able to make much happen with that, however, as Fruit immediately takes him down. Demise is going to be able to take out Dralso. Back over on the Cat as well. Plant's coming down to the point, so they might be able to get at least that. And Drakeson gets his kill over onto Fruit, but now it's all on a Scout in a 1 versus 3. Takes one player out as Imsta falls down. And that was well here. As the last player kind of wrapping up behind him over there on the ramp. Unfortunately, not going to be able to scout that one out, so that defuse is going to come out once again, and MouseSpaz will just continue the streak again.
Yeah, that's 10 in a row from them. They're feeling supremely confident, but I like at least we've seen some progression by LunatiK so far. They've at least got the bomb down. They did really well in the gunfights, in my opinion. A lot of good looks, so we'll just see if this is the time now. They have full money bonus. They need to be winning some rounds here, and 10-5 actually wouldn't be that bad.
No, it looks like LunatiK's going to try to push directly. No, holding back on that one. Unfortunately, that Molly's going to put a stop to their plans real quick. As Imsta, once again, is holding his position, been really good at doing so. Smokes will come out, but actually, this is a pretty good entry from LTK. As now Drake's actually going to be able to take down Imsta. They're pushing in here as well as Demise is going to be waiting there, is able to take one with him before Drake takes him out once again. Drake and out to a 2K to start things off here. Trying to move on to that site. Molly ready to go to toss that over there to hopefully kind of basically rattle some bones here now as Zek's going to be stuck there with that op, but gets a point-blank shot over onto Drake once again, down to a 3 versus 1, and it looks like once again here, MouseSpaz are just going to take yet another round, possibly, unless we can see Drossel somehow take this 1 versus 2. He has managed to take down Zek, but unfortunately the position that he's trying to play off of right now is not going to be the best, and with him getting smoked off here right now, it's going to make it even harder to pull off, especially with Fruit looking right at him, essentially, right now.
Yeah, Fruit put down some nice smokes to really delay Drossel, smoking off spawn. They're on a nice little right-click flash right in his face. So Drossel just clearing out the angles, everything he can. He's working nice and slow, but MouseSpaz has a really good crossfire for here. Drossel basically needs to kill that guy in pit, and he didn't even look at him. FGB gets the headshot, continues the streak, and that's 11 now.
Yep, and again, as we approach basically the end of the first half here, MouseSpaz looking incredibly strong on their CT side here at the moment, possibly ending this 12-3, that or 11-4 here, depending on if LunatiK can finally break this 11-round streak that MouseSpaz has been on here. Definitely going to be a hard comeback for LunatiK to make in round 2, regardless of the pistol round outcome.
Yeah, and now they're going back to some B stuff. Tvu picking up a nice kill long. That's going to be perfect. But look, Fruit is already behind him. Fruit has so much information. And as soon as he gets this Tvu kill, he's not even ready for it. It's pretty much the jig is up. They know that they're going to be B. Look, MSpaz already rotating out, but LunatiK gets a good read, knowing that Fruit has that information, and actually just pushes on and was able to get that entry kill into B. And now we'll see them try to get the bomb down. Spray through Demise through the door. But Demise got the bomb down from scouts, so we're back into a 2-on-3. Drake, not looking at the right spot, almost getting taken down by Fruit there. But LunatiK trying to get this bomb and continue to extend the timer and end this round with a win. Excuse me, half with a win.
Zek is able to find a pick to take out Drake here. Just as a side note here, too, we actually saw FGB kind of handed over the entry to the guys on LTK here as he missed that opening smoke, unfortunately. But now as we see, LTK is going to be able, Drossel more specifically, is going to be able to take down Zek, and let's lose it all to Fruit. Keep in mind, again, still no plan as of yet here. Drossel finally going to go for it, as Fruit, unfortunately, does not really have a safe way into the site. He said, I don't even know if he's aware of where Invert is hiding out. Pretty obvious spot, granted, but still, he's going to have to jump in here and make this impressive. He does manage to take down Invert, but now it's off to Soul at the moment here, basically having a staring contest at the moment as the smoke pops out. Fruit coming onto the site, and Fruit's going to be able to score the kill on his Soul, taking him out, and that's going to be a 12-3 first half in favor of MouseSpaz. Beautiful one. We're coming back, guys, in just a second with half number 2 on Dust 2, so stick around, and we'll be right back. And welcome back once again, ladies and gentlemen, to our show match here tonight at CS Select. My name is Blue, joined by Hurricane. We just got finished with the first half here of our first map between MouseSpaz and LunatiK on Dust 2. Coming out of it, MouseSpaz is leading with a commanding 12-3 lead at the moment, not leaving LunatiK with much room to breathe here as we head into the second half. Considering that as well that this was LunatiK's map pick, what do you think of this, Hurricane? What's like kind of going through the thought pattern of LunatiK right now?
That they need to probably get the server and work on their Dust too. Very abysmal offense that we saw from them. But I mean, luckily it's a BO5, so maybe they just needed a little bit of a wake-up call. I know a lot of these players are West Coast, and even at starting a match, not that late, it was still pretty early for them, and a lot of them getting home at like 5 o'clock. So maybe this is their warm-up, and they got their asses handed it to them before making this their warm-up. And they still have plenty of opportunity to get back in this match. But, wow, I mean, all we could talk about really is how dominant MSpaz was on their defense. Great rotates, just holding down every site. Lots of blood drawn for even trying to take any site from them. So we'll see if they continue it.
Yeah, absolutely. FGB and Fruit are doing fantastic jobs holding B and A site respectively, and then you've got Zek as well, a real all-star with the op in that previous round, so a lot of talent coming out of MouseSpaz here tonight. Hopefully they're able to continue that, but we'll have to wait and see now as MouseSpaz is going to mount the T side, seeing if they're able to continue on their streak as they move in, though, here through the doors that go into long. They will get the first rank on the TVU, but they take a lot of damage. They're not actually aware of Invert, who's hiding out inside of this smoke at the moment. This could be trouble. That smoke's going to be fading any second now. He takes one player with him before we see Imsta very quickly eliminate him. Fruit's also going to be able to eliminate Drake before this goes down, and now we're down to a 4 versus 2. They're onto the A side, no trouble at all. And now we see as well that the rest of the guys from LunatiK are going to try to move over through Cat. Drawso is actually going to get a score frag over on a Fruit to start things off, and the rest of them are kind of just coming right in, as once again now it's a 3 versus 2 retake attempt. Not a lot of players on the site itself. Most of them are camping down long here, and with them taking the other player out, they are going to have to deal with those other players in long, though, as the bombs have planted for that, so they can easily still be able to connect some shots here. Scouts is going to come right in, just try to go for the defuse a little bit here while his teammate distracts it. Not going to go so well, though, as Imsta is going to be able to take out Scouts. Imsta also gets the final kill of the round to eliminate Drawso, and that will be the end of the first one, with MouseSpaz once again leading the charge here, as they need only 3 more rounds to take the first map.
Yeah, a little curious decision-making there by Scouts, actually going for the full defuse, even without a kit, so his teammate would have had to essentially one-tap both players in the head, pretty much with his first 2 shots for him really to have been able to survive that. So, kind of unfortunate, but, you know, MouseSpaz continuing the streak. That's 13 in a row.
With a limited time and kind of like the fact that they had that set up so well, I don't think they had many options, unfortunately, so they kind of just had to try and go for it and see what would happen. But this time around, as we head into round 17 now, much quicker play coming out from MouseSpaz as they move up mid over here onto the catwalk at the moment, trying to get over onto A site, but we do see Invert, however, with the Wand to start things out, takes out Demise. And now as well, the rest of these guys are going to try to get onto the point. Zek will score a kill over on the Invert. Imsta also takes out Drake. TVU eliminates Fruit, and here comes Drawso with the Nova, getting 2 kills over onto Imsta and Zek, respectively. And now we're down to just a 1 versus 2 here, with LunatiK currently having the man advantage. The bomb down here inside of CT spawn at the moment as well. Very unfortunate with that, so now FGB has to try and see if he can make something happen with this, but I'm just not sure if there's really much he can do. If Drawso splits off enough and heads up mid, which it looks like he's doing, he might be able to jump in and surprise Scouts, but I don't think Drawso is going to fall for that one. He's ready to support his teammate in the event FGB just decides to go for it, which might be happening here as he jumps down. Drawso, no angle just yet, but comes in, takes down Scouts, big turn, almost takes out Drawso, but messes up the swap there over to the pistol, and Drawso finishes things off with a 3K there with his Nova. Very impressive indeed. Finally getting another round for LunatiK.
Yeah, the LTK was flatlining that entire time, and now we finally got that first little blip on the heart meter, and let's see if they can revive this corpse, because man, they were just about to hold funeral service for LunatiK. Goddamn. 13
rounds in a row. That's got to be a big deficit to work back from as well, with just such a huge lead there coming into play. Thankfully, again, the lead didn't last too long here in the second half, and MouseSpaz are going to get even trades. Actually, MouseSpaz will actually lead here, starting things off around 18, as they're able to take 2 for 1 here over on the B site. Trying to play a little bit aggressive too, as we see Fruit charge into mid there, seeing if he can find anything. He's able to take out 1 player, reduce the numbers down once more, brings it down to a 3 versus 2, and gives them time to plant the bomb as well. So MouseSpaz is looking pretty good to hold things off. But now as well, LunatiK getting ready to jump over here on the B side. FGB is going to get blocked off by that smoke, forcing a reposition. TVU and Drake going to go for the boost here, seeing if they can have anything with that, and it actually will. They take out Zek, moving onto the site, not losing a single player yet, bringing it down to a 2 versus 1. Not paying attention to that back site though, as FGB takes out TVU as well as Drake, and recover the round. And now MouseSpaz once again continuing onwards, only 2 more rounds from taking our first map.
Yeah, LunatiK on that retake just gambled, thinking that FGB was actually going to be in tunnels and not in the back, and just good patient play by FGB to play that smoke and really, you know, give LunatiK a run for their money. He did great spray control. Unfortunately, Drake went for the smoke diffuse right at the wrong time and was unable to make a play on him.
Scouts is moving in here as well. Is able to find the first kill with his 5-7 there to take out FGB. Very good take here. FGB, a very crucial member of the team. So now Imsta is going to pull up in through mid here as well to take out Invert. Nicely done with that, and we've got the guys on MouseSpaz leading. Zek able to take another kill as well as he takes out Drake. Now down to a 4 versus 3. And the guys over here on LunatiK are split up at the moment. 2 on B, only 1 on A. TVU knows that, again, they already saw what was on B, so the odds of them going in were pretty high, so he has actually fallen back in hopes of saving his own life, which is actually going to be a pretty smart move now, as they all came in at once. There's no way he was going to be able to hold that off with just a measly P250, and this now gives them an extra man for the retake attempt, which might happen rather quickly here, as TVU pops right out of the corner, gets some shots off on the Demise. Little messy, but does do some damage there and forces him to move around, is able to take him down, but unfortunately the cleanup comes in there with Fruit, Zek, and Imsta all scoring scoring kills onto the last 3 members of LunatiK and MouseSpaz, now with the safe 15 points. Only 1 more round to win. It looks like, guys, that MouseSpaz, they're cleaning up map number 1 and putting them up to 1-0 in this set.
Yeah, 11 map rounds in a row for, or excuse me, 11 map points for MSpaz, as their dominance has just, you know, finally paid off. They're feeling very comfortable right now. LunatiK on a very poor buy, unfortunately. Lots of very off-colored, checkered guns all across the board. As Drake pushing up Cat, trying to make something happen, does a lot of damage to Zek and actually spot the bomb. So it's going to be up to Tifu and Invert really to hold this long, but unfortunately Fruit gets the headshot onto Invert, FGB gets the frag on the Tifu, and now Drake is the only semblance of defense at that A side.
FGB moving in, just basically trying to clear out every single angle he can find here at the moment. The rest of these guys push inwards. LTK is able to finally get a kill here, but as well, we'll see Demise FGB just cleaning things up, now leaving it all up to Soul. Soul not out of this one just yet, however, as he takes out FGB, 1v3. Last hope for his team, kind of Molly and Smoke, both from MouseSpaz there, so basically just tossing those out for, you know, craps and giggles, so... Now Drawsol is going to attempt this 1v3, but it's looking like, guys, and MouseSpaz should be able to clean things up nice and easy here. As he's trying to come in through CT, he's flashed off, not much that he can make happen, so there you have it, guys. First map goes to MouseSpaz's control, with it being LunatiK's pick. Final score 16-4. We're going to head over to Mirage for map number 2, guys, and it's getting started in just a few minutes, so stick around and we'll be right back with more action here on CS Select. And welcome back once again here, ladies and gentlemen, to our show match for this evening here on CS Select. It's MouseSpaz taking on LunatiK Esports. We just got finished with Dust 2. MouseSpaz finishing it all 16-4 being the final score here, so a very dominant start for MouseSpaz. But LunatiK, I wouldn't count them out just yet. Again, guys, this is a best of 5, and the last show match we did as well between VVV and Phoenix Fire, we saw basically, again, VVV started off the set 2-0, and then we saw a complete turnaround from Phoenix Fire, somehow managing to win it 3-2 as well. So I wouldn't count those guys out just yet, but still, very, very good start here for MouseSpaz, and that's definitely going to make them look strong here heading into our second map, which once again is going to be Mirage. But enough from me. Joining me once again this evening is Hurrikane. So as we get started with our first round, Hurrikane, what do you take for this map here?
This is going to be the test for LunatiK, see if they can do this, and they're starting off great so far. We have a lot of the players from MSpaz going towards that B side, and they've actually, LTK has put 3 players over there, so that's a good start so far.
TVU is going to be holding inside. Yeah, let's get the spot on at least one of those guys right now as he jumps up, tries to take the attention. Takes a couple shots over onto IMSA, but beyond that, not much else is happening as actually LTK scouts. We'll get the first frag over here on IMSA to take him out there as he was, I believe, hiding out just over here inside of the shops at the moment. So now we'll see as well. Bit of a rotation as there's really no other movement, but this is actually going to be a very smart play from MouseSpaz in my opinion. A bit of a delayed push onto B. Everyone's already rotated, but TVU holding off. Instant headshot there onto Fruit, trying to kind of move around the rest of these players from MSpaz at the moment, as we'll see one player attempt to get that plant down, and will actually connect as FGB gets a headshot on TVU to take him down, but LTK coming right back into the site. Scouts and Drake able to get another frag, as Zek and Demise go down, all up to FGB, but unfortunately he's not going to be able to hold off for too long there, and now FGB falls, and that leaves the bomb open for a defuse, as LunatiK are going to start things off in their favor.
Yeah, just really good shots there by LunatiK all around. Really well done there to, you know, hold it, and good strategy there by MSpaz. They basically sacrificed Imsta at B tunnels, and then they threw a smoke spawn and a player Demise just shooting around, making a lot of noise, and actually drew that rotate. But then it was all up to Tivu to hold B by himself, and he did a great job picking up 2 kills and waiting for his teammates to, you know, give them time to rotate before MSpaz actually got that bomb down. So really well played there by LunatiK.
The rest of the guys over here are going to go for a bit of a slow play through the palace at the moment, seeing if they can make anything happen over on the B site. 2 holding from LunatiK as they go for a much more standard 2-on-2 split, but very quick to move Invert back in here as he's holding with that UMP just inside the palace. Is able to take one player with him with some lot more assistance coming in from LTK. They just wiped the floor with the guys over here on MSpaz, unfortunately. Not losing a single player that time around, and going to take another round pretty dominantly here.
Yeah, really well held there by LunatiK. Playing a beautiful setup, honestly, for A. If LunatiK would have played 2 in the site and that flashbang that they threw over the ramp caught one of them, it could have been very bad as it would have gotten swarmed. But because they played a little bit more of the distance game, because they bought rifles, and the one player with the SMG played up close, it actually worked out really well in their favor.
Now MouseSpaz is going to change things up once again here. Very close encounters at the moment as Drake is sitting just above one of the players, Imsta here. And Imsta is going to try to see if he can make anything happen inside, but we're actually going to see the smoke does reveal a little bit of the attention's coming out from LTK at the moment, as now Imsta is going to try and see if he can get a blind spray off onto Drake, but unfortunately that reveals his location. Got plenty of support from his 3 of his teammates, which are up in mid at the moment. This will give him time to fall back over here just outside of the apartments entryway into the B site. Beyond that, no other kills have been scored just yet, but there is again still that standoff in mid, as Drake said, just going to try to go for it. Not going to be able to find any kills though, as Zek will take him out. Invert though, popping inside the sniper nest really quickly, takes out FGB. This puts a halt on the MouseSpaz's plans, as now again they're forced to wait. And Demise is going to pop right out here, seeing if he can take out any threats from the connector. Nothing really there except Scouts, who's actually inside the site itself. But now we see a quick rotation coming out from MouseSpaz. Fruit's going to be able to take out Soul. And inside the connector here too. Nope, Demise gets a frag on the Scouts. And this is looking pretty good for MouseSpaz, bringing it down to a 4 versus 2. Invert tries to rotate over here just to the CT entry over onto A site. Gets mollied off though, so is forced to hide in this corner. Now it's going to be a pretty obvious spot for the guys over here on MouseSpaz to check, as Inverse is trying to see if he can find anything, but it is really, really hard to see this, as now with a 4-man control on that site, one player as well is kind of lurking over towards B, slowly creeping up behind TVU. And now we're going to see them probably going for this entry, as Invert gets that first kill, gets a shot off on to take off one of the remaining members from MouseSpaz. Nice molly there too, going to force him out, but completely missing that shot, as Zek with that very quick kill takes out Invert. And now as well, TVU going to see if he can make any other exit frags happen. No time to go for that defuse. Is going to take at least one player with him. Nice tap, tap, tap. Takes down Zek. And now it's a 1 versus 1, but unfortunately nowhere near enough time to go for that defuse. But does take 2 more kills with him, leaving only Fruit alive. So some good economical damage being done, but at the end of the day, MouseSpaz will get their revenge and get themselves on the board now to start this round off 2-1, or start this match off 2-1.
Huge round there by MouseSpaz to get that win. So getting a win so early in for this against the CTs to really stop their economic growth and really just keep their money at an all-time low is going to do wonders for them. And this is such a good opportunity for them to get such a bunch of early rounds on offense on this map, as this is a pretty CT side.
Now LTK once again will get the first 2, actually, as Drake is going to be able to take out FGB and Fruit. Imsta, though, also going to score 2 more kills. He takes out Scouts and Drake. We're seeing a little bit of action happening here, too. Zek trying to find something here in mid. A little bit messy. He still had that one player holding inside connector, which is going to be draw, but finally Demise is able to take him out, where another player could not. Invert there, too, unfortunately pops right out into Imsta's headshot point of view there, so MouseSpaz will take another round. Very quick cleanup with the players from LunatiK on mid, and now evening out the score at 2-2.
Yeah, well, just really well done there by MouseSpaz, getting those kills in middle, exerting their dominance, and just keeping it. If you take middle away from the CTs, it's just such a red flag, alarms going off, kind of forced LunatiK to show their hand, and they just lost all those gun battles across the map. So really well done there by MouseSpaz, and again, they just got that, good opportunity to get that second round after resetting LunatiK's money and equipment so badly that just a good opportunity to buy MouseSpaz.
Now, very slow round starting off here. LTK will get the first 2 kills as they take out Imsta, but immediately coming back into the site. Scouts will take 2 with him before we finally see Fruit responding. All up to Fruit now, though, in a 1v3. Basically just going to try to rush the plant down, see if he can find anything. Fakes it off, though, but not going to pay off, as Invert gets that one-tap headshot on Fruit to take him out. No plant money either for the guys on MouseSpaz, so LunatiK once again strike back and take their lead back as well to bring it up to 3-2.
And wow, I mean, good answer there by LunatiK. Scouts coming up huge as soon as they thought they had the A site. He rotated to those stairs, picking up 2 big kills, and then going down, leaving his teammate in a very good, winnable situation. And now LunatiK answers back now, and they're showing so much more promise and fight on this map so far.
Now, MouseSpaz, big old 5-man stack here heading into the apartments. Big risk as well, as TVU is holding things off here with an M4 at the moment. Apologies. He's going to be holding off just over kind of an off angle at the moment, just by the van here, so it might be a little bit awkward for MouseSpaz. That's not the usual spot, but he's going to rotate on top of the van now, and that should make it a lot easier. Reese smokes it, though, as he's got a feeling something's up. Flash will get tossed in there as well, and now here they come. TVU holds, gets 1, 2, 3 kills there for TVU, finds the 4th as well, and in fact, that's going to be a 3K for him, 2K for Drake, and LunatiK cleans that up just like that. MouseSpaz's offensive goes absolutely nowhere, and LunatiK continues to take the lead here now as they're up 2 rounds against MouseSpaz with a score of 4-2.
We might be seeing the script being reversed in favor of LunatiK for this map. They're getting really, really high up there on equipment value, as well as starting to bank a lot of that money for winning so many clean rounds, just gaining a benefit. And as long as they keep the rounds rolling up and winning these gunfights so cleanly, it'll be nothing but good things for LunatiK.
3 pushing mid here from MouseSpaz, but Drawsol actually pushes up a little bit, is rewarded with a kill on his Zek, but unfortunately Imsta retaliates with, again, another kill just to take out Drawsol and punish him for his aggressiveness there. Very close quarters engagement going to be happening here over towards mid as well, with the invert coming out on top of that as he takes out FGB. Rest of MouseSpaz is trying to push with A at the moment, but really not going to go so well. There's quite a few trades coming out, but Demise will end up being the last player standing in a 1 versus 3. Again, not much left to make happen there, so LunatiK will just continue to take it now on a 3-round streak as they bring it up to 5-2.
Yeah, and wow, just really, really good play there. Drossel doing a really cool smoke trick at A ramp, able to pick up a kill, but was traded immediately by Imsta. And then everything just started crumbling for MouseSpaz. All good positioning by the CTs and stopping any sort of progression by the offense. So LunatiK still keeping the train rolling.
Now, again, they're gonna... Oh, man, this is risky after how it went the last time, but they're gonna try to push in towards B once more. I think Fruit might try to go to connector. He's thinking about it. Nope, decides against that, but now TVU is gonna take that position. Already gets one, but they take him out, actually. That's pretty big for MouseSpaz. He's what stopped them last time, but Molly, they're gonna rush through this anyway. Barbecue to take out FGB there. Drake as well is gonna be able to get another one. And now up to 3 kills, I believe, for him, leaving it all down to Demise. Demise just trying to blind plan here, but just takes him down with that blind spray as he was crouching upwards there. Almost got the plant money, but still LunatiK gonna take yet another round here. Now they're on that streak that we had for MouseSpaz in that last map. Really starting to pull ahead of the guys here on MouseSpaz at the moment.
Drake just acting as like a sentry gun, just spamming away through that smoke, able to stop Demise from getting that bomb down. Pretty good eco, all things considering for MouseSpaz. They're seconds away from getting that bomb down. So, but they're coming back. They got a good nade set. Everyone has rifles. So we'll see if they can get this some offensive momentum going their way, as LunatiK has just looked dominant so far.
Now pushing up here, MouseSpaz will get the first frag kill, literally the first frag kill over on the Drake to take him out, but again, Invert holding inside just before the smoke stops his vision. He takes out Zek there, so 1-for-1 trade to start things off here. Head on to a 4 versus 4. MouseSpaz is doubling back, though, heading over here towards T-spawn. Drawsol might be able to make something happen if he goes for an aggressive peek right now. Once these guys wrap around the corner, there's 3 holding, but here comes Demise. Good shots from Drawsol to open things up, pops out, not able to take out Fruit, but does a lot of damage before finally falling down there, bring him down to just 28 HP, and they've gotten the information now as to where the bomb is. This is pretty big here. Still have to fight in a 3 versus 3, and they gotta wait for one player to rotate here too, but they're coming on site. One player hiding underneath the balcony too. They do not see him at the moment, and look at how patiently he's playing this one inside. Scouts gets 1 kill. Is he able to get the second? And unfortunately not. Fruit will take him out, and now it's up to Invert as well as TVU to clutch this 2 versus 2. Well, not really clutch, but still, and we'll see Invert getting another frag kill there. Nice bounce with that. Imsta evens it out in a 1v1. Smoke coming out to block off Imsta's point of view. Flash as well, combining that with a molly, but this is risky as he's peeking right out there, and Imsta just comes right outside of that huge grenade barrage, takes down Invert, and gives MouseSpaz a round finally here to bring things up to 6-3.
Yeah, good time. That is now or never to start getting some rounds here for MouseSpaz, and really good opportunity for LunatiK to really solidify a nice lead if they're able to reset MouseSpaz's money. MouseSpaz barely has any sort of dime to work with, and LunatiK is money bonus, or their money advantage is kind of out the window now. So this round is very huge for both teams, as it'll basically give them a good opportunity for the victor to get at least 2 or 3 rounds extra.
Excuse me. And now we'll see once again the guys on MouseSpaz playing a much slower A push than they have in the past. I don't believe they've tried this just yet. Drawso, as you can see though, he's getting ready to just jump right in. Beautiful flash, gets 2 frags, easy there for Drawso. Nice flash assist coming in from whoever threw that, but that absolutely set that up there. So LunatiK going to get an absolutely fantastic start to this round. And now, once again, down to a 5 versus 3. MouseSpaz still considering if they actually want to try and play this. Demise, however, heading inside of the Palace, is able rather to take out Drawsel, who was the one that got those 2 frags earlier, brings it down to a 3 versus 4. But again, they haven't actually seen the bomb yet, but I've got a pretty good feeling, especially with us seeing Tivu kind of moving around here and lurking to try and see. I think that they've got a pretty good idea that this bomb's going to get pushed towards A, and now the guys over here on MouseSpaz will try to get in. They do manage to take out the one that was camping that corner right there, Scouts, but Drake immediately returns it down to a 3 versus 2 now. They're slowly pushing on to the site, however. One more holding inside a CT spawn, but not able to get out of the way. They also take out Invert. Imsta gets the final kill, and MouseSpaz somehow recovers that. Nicely done by those guys. Bring it up to 6-4.
Yeah, I don't know really what LunatiK had in mind there. They had the numbers advantage, and they played the round out as if, you know, they were down men, trying to make plays everywhere, and not when you kind of take away your numbers advantage, you know, it makes an even playing field. MouseSpaz playing patient, able to capitalize on that fact, winning a bunch of one-on-ones across, and looking very good so far to come back in this lead.
Drake popping out of the cubby there to take out Imsta, starting off the round for LTK once again. With the guys in MouseSpaz playing mid too, they've managed to smoke off the sniper nest, but that's only going to last for a certain amount of time, so playing very, very risky at the moment, potentially trapping themselves in if they don't get some momentum rolling for themselves here pretty quickly. They're now going to push in, and we'll see Scouts is hiding out there right behind Demise, but FGV is able to take out Scouts there now. As Zek moves in, he's also able to take down Drake, putting things into the advantage at the moment for MouseSpaz. Bit of a messy spray from FGV there, not able to find that kill onto TVU, and as well, Drossel heading underneath the balcony here at the moment too. He is going to be able to find not only Zek, but Fruit there to clean up the round for LunatiK, and now once again get their own revenge on the board as they continue on with their lead, about 3 points ahead of MouseSpaz at the moment. Still leading at the first half here.
Yeah, and really good by LunatiK there to get to eco MouseSpaz, and now the economy for the entire match is just out the window at this point. Everyone is on watch. MouseSpaz going completely all in though, trying to answer back, and if they're able to eco them back, this is going to be monstrous.
We'll see as well. Again, MouseSpaz trying to set up A. They're just going to toss smokes in, I think, and see if they can make anything happen with that. 2 players set up on B at the moment. It's a pretty typical split from LunatiK, but they're going to have to very quickly go in because I think this is just going to be a one big setup play from MouseSpaz, seeing if they can set things up and then just rush right into the site there. So LunatiK needs to be ready for this because when this is coming, which is happening right now, it's going to come in full force. So here we go with it. They're also holding out up on top of the balcony at the moment. No sights on anyone just yet, but does find Zek. Doesn't get the frag, but he's able to take him out. And as well, he's getting kills after kills after kills here. Drawso is able to pick up a 4K that round, absolutely destroying the offensive from MouseSpaz and taking another round for LunatiK.
Wow, Drawso, I actually captured all of that. Pretty impressive camera work, if I'm saying so myself. But Drawso coming up huge on that execute. Wow, just perfect positioning and just in the right spot at the right time. MouseSpaz didn't check for him at all and was able to shoot them all in the back. He had the M4 to boot to give him 30 bullets to actually even able to pull off that many kills. So just really well done there by Drawso.
And now MouseSpaz trying again to change up the strat here at the moment. They're going to move. Looks like they're underpass at the moment. Yeah, moving through underpass here right now. Haven't gone for this heavy of an underpatch push so far, so we're again really just trying to bring out any new strategies that they can. Boosting as well at the moment, I think, into the sniper nest. No one watching that at the moment, and LTK actually gets the first kill here. But now we've got one player. Invert might have a nasty surprise winning if he peeks this window too early, and now here he comes! Somehow their Drake said thanks to that support is able to take out FGB. Scouts get to frag on around to Imst as well, and again, there goes the offensive from MouseSpaz, reducing just one player, and with Drakeson getting those last 2 frags, Drakeson, I think, picking up a 4K as well that round. That's up to 9-4 now, still in the favor of LunatiK as we approach the end of the first half here with only 2 rounds left.
Yeah, LunatiK just doing so well all across the map, winning so many key gunfights and duels to really solidify themselves, and a lot of really individual play here coming out from LunatiK. You know, I think they got their bell rang that last map, and now that they're trying to answer back in style.
This will be the third attempt now from MouseSpaz to go for just this direct push into the apartments. It's going a lot slower than some of the past ones. Well, actually, not really. They're trying to set it up, but so far, the previous 2 times they attempted to do this did not go well at all, so just going to take a final risk on this one, as again, if they mess up this one, they'll probably be reduced to kind of cinders once again as far as their economy goes. They've pretty sure that they'll, after this one, they'll be at max losing bonus, but we'll see once again as TV has already heard the gunshots, he's heard the movement. It's going to be a beautiful molly. They really set things up. Not able to find any frags here, as we'll see the guys on MouseSpaz coming up with the entry. Finally able to pick up one before Zek takes him out, though. Did a lot of damage, though, as you can see, reducing those players. Demise will now fall down as he gets barbecued. Scouts will also be taking out Zek there, and it looks like as we kind of get towards the end here, final score going to be looking like 10-5, but LunatiK takes another round there, bringing it up to 10-4, so MouseSpaz, as we head into that last round of the first half here, needs to pull off a miracle to keep it up at 10-5 at the very least as we head over towards their CT half.
Yeah, they'll be saving. They're just trying to buy anything they can to maximize how much money they have, and looks like it's just gonna be a completely abysmal 4 Tech 9s, 1 Galil. Very yawn material, if I say so myself, in terms of equipment. And LunatiK just looking so strong. They're not doing anything really special, honestly, across the map. It's not been a good decision making, but I'm gonna shut up. MouseSpaz starting off with Demise, killing his teammate. Drake picks up Demise. Fruit kills Drake, and then Drossel picks up Zek. Scouts picks up one, and Drossel picks up Fruit, and just trying to do a connector split, and LunatiK shut that down quick.
Alright guys, second half of this map coming up in just a second, so stick around. Welcome back once more, ladies and gentlemen, now to our show match here tonight at CS Select. It is LunatiK Esports taking on MouseSpaz. Map number 1 went into the control of MouseSpaz, but as we are heading into the second half of Mirage, our second map, it's pretty much the reverse with LunatiK commanding a pretty dominant lead at the moment, 11-4 in their favor. And again, only needing about 5 more in order to take this map, stealing away the map pick from MouseSpaz, whereas they did the same just a little while back over on Dust 2.
And we'll see if LunatiK has anything to offer on T side, as the last map, their tier side completely sucked, to be honest. They weren't able to do anything, but now they showed that they can actually fight back in this first half, so maybe we'll see if that's kind of woken up their AKs, so to speak. But getting this pistol would be a great start, and they're going at a very good bomb site there, grouped up at B, and it's only Imsa, and oh, Imsa actually gets goose. She only has 8 HP, and the rotate's going to be so long, and the silencer working wonders. They'll pick up one, Invert gets that trade, and now it's looking good for LunatiK to take the site.
TVU pops out of nowhere like a bat out of hell there as he rushes up the cat. Zek, though, quick to clean him up as he takes him down, and here comes FGB jumping in, gets 1 kill, gets a second. Nice headshot from FGB there. Last player hiding out over here at the bench at the moment, down to a 1 versus 1 as FGB falls to Invert. Now these two are wrapping around at the moment, trying to find each other here. Very, very aggressive, but Invert looking the wrong way there as Zek takes him down. And I believe he's got just enough time, assuming he can find the bomb there, to defuse, and that'll be MouseSpaz picking up the pistol round here in our second half.
Yeah, beautifully done by MouseSpaz there. I mean, what was it, a 2-on-4 for Zek and FGB, and both of them came up huge, just making plays, coming up catwalk, just jumping through that smoke, able to pick up 1 kill apiece, and then, you know, finding out the positioning from the remaining terrorists and picking up those kills. So, just great individual play to, you know, breathe some life back into this defense.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, while we're waiting for this next round to get started, guys, a couple of plugs that we can get out of the way here. Don't forget that we are looking for feedback at the moment in regards to what maps and what teams you guys would actually like to see played here on these CS Select show matches. I believe we have a link over in the chat if you want to check that out. So be sure to click that and give us a vote to let you know what you want to see here on CS Select in the coming weeks. But anyway, we're getting right to the action here. Zek with this beautiful hold takes out 1 player. Not able to find the second, though, as he actually managed to take out 2 before he fell. But still, that's going to be an absolutely wonderful start from MouseSpaz. Maybe get down to Scouts with only 4 HP, and Drake now with 16. Looks like MouseSpaz should be able to get this second round nice and easy.
And just dominant performance there by MouseSpaz. LunatiK just trying to do some cute stuff, jumping around with some Tech 9s, P250s, and not really even getting a shot at getting any kills, as the rifles are just too superior, playing the distance well. And now we're going to see a little bit of an early buy here. We're only the 3rd round here, folks. So buying AKs this early is a little bit of a surprise. And they're just running up on A ramp, which is pretty good. Let's see if they can capitalize.
Fruit with his hold goes underneath the balcony at the moment. There's no kill into him just yet, but Invert knows where he's at. Comes down the ladder there, but very quickly gets stopped by Zek as he takes a return kill on the Fruit. Scouts, though, takes out Zek, returns all over the place, but at the end of it, it's going to get brought down to a 2 versus 1. It is in MouseSpaz's favor here at the moment. It's all up to Drake. Drake doesn't have the bomb yet either. He's still very, very skittish as to if someone is going to be watching that bomb, which again, there is. Imsta's keeping his eyes on it over here in the jungle at the moment, and actually will put a quick stop to Drake. Best angle to go for the approach there to take that bomb, but still, that's going to hand another round over to MouseSpaz as they'll bring it up to 7-11 very quickly, closing back this gap that was open in the first half by LunatiK.
Yeah, and MouseSpaz doing a great job, especially if you're down a lot by losing that's the T side by tons and tons of rounds. Coming in on CT and winning that pistol, you can just tell it's paying such huge dividends on their money. You see rifles all across the board and AWPs and just to have that ability to have rifles in that third round for that LunatiK surprise buy, I think really sealed the deal there for MouseSpaz.
Now as well, waiting to see what LunatiK's going to try to pull off, trying to set up maybe some smokes here on the A site, but there we go. Now they're going to be tossing that into the site finally as they'll try to go for the setup. Fruit hiding inside of the sandwich, and they won't be able to find anything. Can't really hear much either here as players walk by him left and right. Zek actually opened things up with that nice headshot kill over on the scouts, and now as he pops right up here, finds TVU. Ooh, bit of a bad decision to go for the plant there. Now we'll see Invert, however, cleaning up, but very quickly Fruit comes in to take out Invert, the last player for LunatiK, and MouseSpaz again just take yet another round here. LunatiK, very questionable decision to try and plant the bomb there, but yeah, that's unfortunately going to cost them quite a few lives, and it cost them the round as well as we head into round number 20.
Yeah, just trying to do something to get the bomb down, and he tried planting it, but unfortunately Fruit played that smoke, and actually saw Drake spam for exactly where Fruit was standing, but he was just a little bit to the left as Drake's vision was impaired because he was in a smoke, but Fruit playing that smoke, able to surprise them and get some nice kills.
Oh, and here comes one of the players for Fruit again, trying to rush in. Doesn't really find much that time, though, as some pretty good positioning from LunatiK, but Zek takes out the Opera Invert, as now he's going to find a second kill before he is finally taken out there by the players from LunatiK coming into this site now. We're going to see 3 versus 2 as it's down to here, once again in the favor of MouseSpaz. Very quick approach coming over to FGB, but Drake still able to connect it. Bit of a nasty spray to start it off there, but still FGB could not react in time. So that brings it down to a 2 versus 2. No bomb plant just as of yet either. They've got it smoked off, but they do not want to take a risk on the rush. He just saw Imsta jumping around there too. So now Drake should be able to get a pretty good angle, especially with the smoke expiring. He knows where they're at, doesn't know where Demise is, so unfortunately won't be able to get much support from Tivu just yet here, as Tivu still has to look out for Demise, but hopefully we won't see Drake kind of push in towards Imsta, as that would be basically playing it directly into the hands of Demise. But actually, if you take a look here, they're going to try to sneak around these players. That shot might have made it obvious as to what's going on. As you take a look once again over at Demise, he knows that this is happening here, gets a headshot kill over on a Tivu, and that forces us to now, as we see Drake is going to go for a very quick wrap over onto B, but I think that they know this is happening as well with only 15 seconds left on the clock. Drake's just got to run for this, see if he can even get that bomb down, but very quickly the MouseSpaz players are on the way. I think he can get the bomb down. No, he's going for the kill, he's going for the executions here, and now as he goes around the corner is not able to take out Imsta. Unfortunately, LunatiK playing a very risky move there, but it does not pay off at all and gives yet another round to MouseSpaz, and no plant money either, unfortunately, for these guys.
I would have liked to see Tivu, instead of splitting off with his teammate trying to make a play into the kitchen, or excuse me, the shop, stick with his teammate, go underpass, and just get into a trading situation instead of trying to be a hero and make an individual duel. Good.
I think the original plan there was to have both of them sneak back into the shops and directly onto B, but when we saw, I think it was Demise in that case, scout them both out and take out Tivu, that kind of stopped that, and that forced him to rotate over through underpass.
Okay. Alright, well then that makes a lot more sense then. But unfortunate they couldn't get into the position to get the trade kills, but we'll move on. We're on to another gun round. LunatiK gathered up all into this B bomb site. It's going to be up to Imsta here, really, the whole.
As we go in, it's a 2-for-1 trade there with LunatiK starting it off. They take out Demise and Imsta, losing only TV in the process of moving into the site there. The rest of MouseSpaz, 2 inside of A, but Zek, however, 2 inside of the shops, rather, I should say, not A, as they move into the site. Take out 1 player to even it out as a 3v3. Zek can't find much. They're just going right for this, though. Fruit's able to take out Inver against Scouts. Zek is not able to get that kill over on the Scouts, and now it's off to Fruit as LunatiK are finally able to take it around there, keeping their lead going, just barely, though, compared to what it was at the end of this first half. They're finally able to get around here at the start of the second half, though, and bring the score up to 12-9.
Yeah, really well done there by LunatiK, taking that B bomb site. Imsa was so blind, he had to back up, and then he backed into his teammate Demise, and then I think it was Drossel, first player out of that B tunnels, picking up those 2 entry kills, and then getting that bomb plant. So not too much strategery going on in that round. It was basically just a basic B take, but the individual plays there by Drossel really made up for the lack of strategy.
Strategery, eh?
Strategery.
Is that a word?
It is now.
Alright, so starting things off, LunatiK, Drossel specifically gets a frag on the Demise. Scouts will also take down Zek, hiding out inside there. Bit of smoke blindness, but still able to take out that player, so very good start once again here for LunatiK. And as well, we're going to see Fruit attempting to lurk, but unfortunately gets punished for that as he's hiding outside the connector. And Drossel as well, getting another frag, takes out FGB. Imsta's the last one alive now. And unfortunately, 1v5, not much for him to do, especially with him just having that 5-7 at the moment. So it looks like LunatiK got another round for themselves and bring it up to 13-9.
Yeah, and you can just see how expensive it is for MouseSpaz to just even, compete. They lose one round, and then they're reduced to only having FAMASas and 5-7s. So LunatiK picking up that key gun round at B, and then following it up with another win here is massive, as MouseSpaz went all in that last round. They only have $2,000, and their loss bonus is just kicking in. So it's not like they're going to be they're not going to be able to buy a lot this round or even the next. It looks like they're just going to flat out save. There's been 2 flashbangs and a P250 bot, so they barely have anything, so to speak. And it looks like they're going to be doing something special. They're leaving B completely open, and it looks like they're going to do like a connector mid crunch here.
Yep. And LunatiK, they know, or they think at least, that someone's hiding out on B, as they'll take it very, very slow. It'll work out into their favor when they actually get onto the site and kind of get there and be like, huh? Where's everybody at? But obviously, again, here comes MouseSpaz. They're making their own move. Oh, this could be beautiful if this works out. Look at how slow they're playing this. MouseSpaz playing this so patiently at the moment. Tivu is able to get the first kills. He takes out Imsta, alerts them to their plans. Drossel takes down Fruit, and the plan is falling apart as Drossel takes out FGB. Down to a 2 versus 5 now, with just having Zek and Demise left alive. Zek inside with only a pistol. Demise takes out Drake. Now here comes Zek. He might have to make his entry pretty shortly here too. One of the players down to only 7 HP, but it's not going to happen as LunatiK take another round here. Only 2 more away from taking this map on Mirage.
Yeah, LunatiK looking good, answering to the call perfectly. They're finally able to, they worked for their elbow room, so to speak, to make way for the second half. MouseSpaz just looking so dominant on CT, and then you find one little chink in the armor, and then you're able to move around the map a lot freely. It seems like MouseSpaz respects LunatiK's Mirage a lot more than they did on Dust 2, as we haven't seen really any pushes on CT side, and nothing real crazy. It's just been very standard here for MouseSpaz.
Drake from LTK going to push out towards mid at the moment, very close to Demise at the moment, who's just now getting inside of the sniper nest. Not sure if we'll see those two collide, but meanwhile, in other parts of the map, Zek is actually going to open things up for MouseSpaz as he takes out Tivu. Imst as well, holding off inside the apartment, so a very aggressive angle. Might be able to find Invert in a second here, too, just going right for it. Invert's got the knife out, so that's an easy frag for Imsta. LTK trying to find something inside the smoke, but not going to be happening here now, as, again, Imsta is just pushing forward. This leading the charge. Beautiful flash, takes out Drake and Scouts, as he's going to take a 4K that round. Just, again, super aggressive play in the apartments, making the best of that smoke, and it works out absolutely wonderful for him and the rest of MouseSpaz as well, as they'll be able to take a round and bring things up to 14-10.
Really good just game sense there by Imsta, pushing up into his own smoke, able to pick up that first kill from a player just trying to walk through it, and then his teammate, or the terrorist teammate, smoked a little bit past Imsta's smoke, and then Imsta just moved forward and was able to catch another player, then right-clicking a flash in the smoke, moving up, getting more kills, and just really great aggression there from the CTs, and just at the right time. I think they needed that aggression, and look, we even see even more of it. FGB moving up, able to pick up the bomb now, has complete B control, and it looks like MouseSpaz is going to be rotating around.
Yep. LunatiK's got to play this completely as a deathmatch game, as they're not going to get that bomb back, unfortunately, here. And as we see, 1-for-1 trade coming out over here towards mid. Tivu is able to even out the score for LTK, though, as he takes out Zek and breaks it down to a 3v3. Two other players falling back to try and support, but they actually take FGB down, apologies, as they're going to even things out. And Tivu finds another frag to take out Demise. They've got control, 3 versus 1 now. Only Imsta's left alive, and he's coming up very slowly behind these other 2 players. But now as he moves forward once again, won't be able to catch anyone. Tries to go for some blind shots over Nadral, so alerting them of his presence, granted, we're not going to be able to pick up anything only by reducing the health pool of Drawsel by just a little bit. Full A-site controls given, and they know absolutely where the rest of MouseSpaz, or just Imsta rather, in this case, is hiding out. So probably it's going to be a very, very hard take for Imsta to make, but I think he's just going to go right for it now as he's getting ready to jump onto the site.
Yeah, it's gonna. They have really good afterplant positioning. Tivu is in such a strong spot here, and Drossel strafes out, gets the kill onto Imsta, and now we have LunatiK at map point.
And that brings it up to 15-10, so looking strong for LunatiK to take it here. Moving over to MouseSpaz's economy too, not much for them. They're actually going to be able to pick up a bit of a broken buy here. 2 M4s, 2 FAMASs, and then 1 Scout, I believe, as well, being bought by Demise here. Full armor except for 1 player, Zek, who's going to be taking just no head armor as well as a kit, so they can have a kit in their arsenal. And a couple grenades coming out here too, so MouseSpaz, bit of a lackluster arsenal, but still could probably be enough to hold off LunatiK. But still, again, with the 15-point coming into play now as well, and with MouseSpaz still being 5 rounds behind, it is not looking good for MouseSpaz at all here, especially with the limited coverage now that they have on the B site.
Yeah, I would have liked to see Demise scout that. That's such a strong spot for the scout, as Imsta takes down scouts, but Drossel gets that trade kill, and we have CTs already rotated, so we have some pretty good positioning so far.
Here we go, popping out FGB, gets 1 more kill there, he takes out Drake, Quell's back very quickly, though Zek also able to find a frag on the invert, and now we're going to see Drossel rotating back around. Tivu comes with the support of the cat there too to take him out, but now all down to Drossel, holding off 1 versus 2, let's see if he can pull it. 1 versus 3 technically, he did take out Fruit there a second ago. Now he's going to push up, playing this a little bit aggressively. Very hard angle to work if he heads up towards the left here, as that's going to reveal them to Demise, but actually popping up the right direction here. Not going to find Zek, though, and MouseSpaz not out of this just yet. Bring it up to 15-11, now only 4 rounds behind LunatiK, with a chance to maybe bring things back.
Yeah, and back and forth round losses between both teams, and now we see the economy's kind of stabilized for the MouseSpaz's sake. They have the equipment advantage by quite a large margin, and the money is so low for the terrorists that they're only able really to buy smokes and P250s. So it looks like they're going to be doing an AXQ, try to get the bomb down and get back some of that economy they lost.
And now as well here, you'll see once more LTK, actually Drake again opens up with the first frag to take out Zek. Fruit, though, responds quickly with that aggressive push that he has been doing here in this half, has taken out scouts there now, trying to hold things off. A little bit risky as he gets himself down to 11 HP, but Demise, again, oh, that was a beautiful bait from the guys on MouseSpaz. FGB hiding outside, I believe the stairs there, is going to take out another one of the guys on LunatiK, down to only 2 more left, and in fact, there's 1 more inside the sandwich in a very obvious spot. There you have it, MouseSpaz take another round. They're closing in. And now LunatiK as well. They've got another chance. They should be able to get full buys this time around, but still, if they score this one up too, then that's going to be very, very good for MouseSpaz to possibly tied up 15-15 to take us into OT.
Yeah, and MouseSpaz is looking very strong here. They need to pick up these last rounds or they're going to be out of it. And LunatiK, they look good stopping that LunatiK, and I mean, we see some missing nades from LTK, so if LTK would have been able to get that bomb down at the very least in that eco, they would have had a full nade set. So good job there by MouseSpaz to prevent that.
Here we go, 1-for-1 trade to start us off here. Invert and Fruit both are going to fall down there. Rotation coming out from LunatiK as well. They're going to decide against pushing into A, but they'll keep 1 player in the area here. It's going to be Drake, just as a bit of a distraction in case anyone decides to push down the ramp here and see if they can find anyone from LunatiK hiding out there. But now with only 3 players pushing up, could be dangerous in mid here too, as Zek will take the position inside of the sniper nest. Zek knows something's up here, gets some blind spray, scouts out the 2 of them. They don't know where the bomb carrier is just yet either, so they're still gonna have to keep at least that 1 player, which at this point is FGB back over on the A site. 1 player mounting himself on B site too, which will be Imsta once more. And remember, this is the guy that pulled off that 4K through smoke too, so if they decide to go for that, it's gonna be very good. But again, another turnaround from LunatiK. It's the speedway here as they rush through once again the T-spawn, trying to get back onto A, keeping the guys on MouseSpaz guessing hopefully. quickly, but we've got Demise holding on to the site as well as FGB at the moment, and FGB has spotted them, so the rotation should be coming out any second now. As the real play starts to begin with LunatiK getting themselves onto the A site. Works out pretty well, though, as they take out Demise. Nice headshot from Drake. Once more popping out the corner. 1-for-1 trade. They're down to a 2 versus 3. But Zach needs some more support there if he's going to need to pull this one off. We just now, I think, have Imsta getting to the site. And actually, he's not even here just yet, playing outside, but might catch Tvu here, as Tvu is caught once again in that very slow position. Now 2v1, Scouts needs to pull this off for his team, or MouseSpaz will be only 2 more rounds away from tying it up. And absolutely needs to go for that plant. I think he should be able to get that, though. And now we'll play this 1v2.
Yeah, LunatiK looking good so far. Scouts playing that smoke in a 1-on-2 situation. Nice smoke to isolate
there you have it.
Onto the toll booth. Picks up the kill on Imsta. Zek pushes through the smoke, tries to wrap around, and beautiful play there by Scouts. And kind of undisciplined there by MouseSpaz to kind of split up in that situation. You want to stay together if you can in those kind of clutch round situations.
So, we'll have LunatiK stealing away, or probably we'll have MouseSpaz stealing away Dust from LunatiK, and now the reverse will happen as LunatiK steals away Mirage from MouseSpaz. We're going to head over to LunatiK's second pick now, Season, guys. Stick around for that one, as our third map is coming up in just a few minutes right here at our show match for this evening on CS Select. Be right back, guys. Alright guys, we're back once again for our show match this evening between LunatiK Esports as well as MouseSpaz here. It's currently tied at 1-1, heading into our third map on Season. This is going to be LunatiK's second pick, which means MouseSpaz will be starting off on the CT side. LunatiK will start off on the T side here. My name is Blue, joined tonight once again by Hurrikane. And what are the thoughts on this map, Hurrikane?
This is going to be an interesting one. There's a lot of mixed experience on this map, just based off of some of these players are from Source. So we'll see how, what kind of game plan they have going into this. This isn't one of the typical LAN maps, so to speak. So we'll see what kind of game plans are going in, and I'd like to see a lot more aggression on the CT side from both teams to get that early information and let's get the rotates a little bit more on point, as this map is very big. So the rotates for both teams is huge. So the early information and winning the fights in that early information is so key.
Yeah, absolutely here. And once again, guys, just as a couple reminders as to the stuff we are doing tonight for CS Select. We do have a giveaway going on, so if you guys are interested in participating in that, you can go head over to Twitter, follow @CS Select as well as @Mischief Capital, and there's going to be more information, hopefully being linked in the chat pretty shortly here as well by our admins. Once again, if it's not like that, you go ahead to tinyurl.com/mouse-giveaway, and it should redirect you to the corresponding tweet where you can go ahead and enter the mouse we are giving away, as obviously that's pretty important information, is going to be a Logitech G402 Hyperion Fury. So once more, if you're interested in winning that, go ahead and follow @CS Select as well as @Mischief Capital, and check out the information which is coming into the chat now. And as well, guys, once again, we are looking for more feedback right now in regards to what maps and what teams you'd like to see played in future CS Select Best of 5 show matches here. So be sure to check out as well the poll we have going, and let us know who you would be most interested in seeing play right here on CS Select.
Yeah, kind of interesting situation that there's so many maps to choose from, and that teams actually do practice majority of them, or already have existing strategy in them. Have you looked at the poll? What's your pick for the maps?
I think so. I kind of like Season sticking in there, but I don't know, man. It's like, because I'm still new, so I'm trying to figure out which maps I like and which maps I don't like. I kind of like Cobble as a bit of a wild card getting tossed in there. I know everybody's going to hate me, but I don't know. I think Cobble's kind of fun to watch just because it's like, it's so crazy sometimes, but yeah.
I'd personally like to see Cobble, because that's one of my favorite maps in the pool so far, and with the recent changes, I think it's wonderful. I personally think it's better than Overpass and New Train. So, and I think Season Cobble is the perfect choice in that pool. But again, I'm not the typical viewer, so we want to hear what you guys have to think. So, make an impact. That's kind of the whole spiel for CS Select, is we want you to select what you're able to see. So give us that feedback, and we'll keep this thing growing and go from there. And we're going live here now onto the pistol round. And we see some smokes from Tvu, so let's see where they're going to be throwing that smoke and isolating for the offense.
4-man B push coming out from LunatiK at the moment. No one going to be splitting off over inside the vent, so all pushing towards that site right now. 3 will be holding from the side of MouseSpaz too, so it's actually a pretty good split coming out from MouseSpaz, but Bit of distraction coming out from Tivu here. As you can see, this is actually pretty smart as he pushes back over there towards mid to kind of draw the attention of Fruit right now and see if anybody heads into the vents, but that's not going to be happening. And now here comes the entry from LunatiK as they get onto the site. No frag scored just yet, actually, as we see both Demise and FGB heading outside at the moment to wrap around and see if they can catch anyone from LTK, but LTK knows what's up here. FGB is going to be able to take one with him before Tivu takes him down. Now we're down to a 3 versus 3 here with MouseSpaz very quickly trying to get back onto the site. A little crazy on the site itself here, but LTK now coming back out on top with Imsta being the last live, just now arriving. Gonna head inside of upper B, but I don't think he's gonna be able to make much happen. We'll see if he can find some exit frags, but beyond that, I don't think he's got enough time left to clear the site and defuse the bomb.
No, it's going to be very hard pressed. He's just going to try to make a case for it, though, just to get kills just cuz, and Scouts gets on top of it, and he'll pick up that nice, pretty 5-7 for himself. And LunatiK starts it off with a pistol round, and they're looking so much stronger than that first map.
Absolutely. And now once again, heading into our second round here, we'll see what LunatiK, what they're going to decide to push for here. They've got the lead. They've got the buy advantage now, too, and I think with us seeing actually not too heavy of a buy coming out. There we go. Now we're going to start seeing they were deciding there for a second what they wanted to bring into it, but now we'll finally see them deciding on that one. And 3 MP7s coming into the mix, so looks like it'll probably be another push probably towards A to hopefully fight a little bit more close quarters with that, as now they're heading over at the moment here through Subway, coming out on top of that right now. Imsta's going to be able to get that spot on them. Doesn't catch the bomb carrier just yet, though, but does see a big push coming in. Not sure if he saw Drawsel either, so he knows at least 2 are coming, though. But they decide against this now as they're wrapping back down towards the Subway, going to head up top and now approach outside, probably head towards middle and see if they can work any angles towards there, where it does give them a few more options, maybe to rotate towards B if things get really badly over in that direction.
Yeah, they're just backed up, went up the ladder, gone out the door. Now they're rerouting completely. Looks like they're going to go through jail, or I don't know. Let's try not to decide, or assume, because it makes an ass out of you and me. Tivu pushing through.
They're like keeping the options open right now. I think they did this on their last round too, or on their last map, where they had one round where they just kind of went back and forth a lot until they finally were able to find a clear sight, and they just did that here again. It actually worked out pretty well. So it's a little bit of a crazy strat, but I think it works pretty good for them. But following very closely behind now, MouseSpaz, Imsta specifically, is going to be able to take out Scouts. It's already down to a 5v3, so this will be a hard defense for Drawsel to make, but they're going to see if they can pull it off here anyway. They've got gun advantage. Drawsel is able to take out Zek, now down to a 4v3, but here comes MouseSpaz now. This frag might do some beautiful work here. Nicely done, connects huge amounts of damage and cleans things up. Now it's off to Fruit, but he does bring it down to a 1v1 now. Invert's got to be able to pull off this 1 versus 1. Fruit's got his pistol. Invert's got the SMG, and here we go, moving into the site. Invert's able to take that last kill, and LunatiK just barely takes another round, but with MouseSpaz doing a nice amount of economy damage, of course, before they let them take it.
And just making a huge amount of noise from that fallback from Subway, going through that door, forcing MSpaz to rotate around, and then they just had Tivu basically act as bait, making a lot of noise from that jail side, selling the fake beautifully, and LunatiK just falling all the way back and able to get that round. But really well done there by MSpaz, getting tons of kills in the process.
Ooh, this is going to be dangerous on B. 5-man stack over here at the moment. Demise holding off with only his measly USP there, so that's going to be a very quick take, but good response coming out from MouseSpaz here. Fruit's already on the point before the guys on LunatiK have even actually gotten onto it there. Won't be able to make much happen, but he does do a lot of damage to Drake's in there specifically, and gives his teammates a little more time to wrap around here too, but Scouts is already waiting for them, takes out Zek. We'll see FGB return that kill over onto Scouts, but the rest of the players are on their way out now, and it's just going to be the SMG Modan there. And that'll take out the rest of the guys on LunatiK, and again, gives LunatiK the first 3 rounds. No unimpeded economy damage going out there, and now MouseSpaz will get their first buys out as we approach round 4.
And the SMG just doing so much work for the money for LunatiK. They have a lot of cash going into this first gun round. Full nade set, but so do the CTs are looking pretty good. They have 2 smokes, which is not the best, but we'll see if we see a little bit of aggression out from them and get that early information like I asked.
Now Imsta the aggressive player here from MouseSpaz, thinking about pushing up down towards the Subway, but deciding against that as there is some action that goes on in mid as Fruits and Zek combined are able to take out Scout and Tivu as well. And this will redirect the players from LunatiK that were coming out of Subway just a second ago. They're going to head over towards mid instead. They're getting ready to head through this door here, opening it very, very slowly, getting ready to go for a bit of an aggressive push towards mid here, but Fruit's hiding out just outside the vendor's closet there. Zek as well is hiding out over on CT side mid, but unfortunately gets taken down by Drawsel. And now it's down to 3 players here from LunatiK, trying to see if they can again, find an angle into one of these sites, but wherever they go, they're going to find someone from MouseSpaz, and they're already basically lined up for wherever LunatiK may decide to come in, but LunatiK's actually got a pretty good split going for themselves here right now. A couple guys heading into CTJ in just a second here. MouseSpaz not really looking towards that. Drakesend, though, is going to pop out. A nice kill there from FGB, getting it from the pit, but immediately there, the mowdown comes out, leaves it all up to Invert, who is able to clean up the site. Now being very, very hesitant to go for this plan, as he has seen Fruit, but coming up very quickly behind him is going to be the Demise there, but does get scouted out as he moved a little bit too far forward, so he gets the plan at the very least, but he does need to win this 1v1. Tries to bait it out there, seeing if, again, he wants to approach with them hearing the bomb sounds, but now on the second attempt, as it does actually go down here. Let's see if Invert can clean it up really quickly. Flash pops out. He flashes himself, though, so he's actually going to pull back here once again beside the middle box here. Now wrapping around, might be able to take him down. Misses the first shots, but he's down to 40 HP. Invert, just go for this, man. He looked to the side for some reason, trying to move away from that, and Fruit will capitalize on the hesitance there from Invert and allow MouseSpaz to get themselves back into this game with only 13 HP left.
Wow, great retake there by Fruit, showing such patience and, you know, really paid off for him. And nice try there by Invert. He almost pulled that off. Really well done to get that kill on Demise and, you know, solidify the bomb plan at the very least. And the SMGs coming into play, the SMG money coming into play now is LunatiK's still able to buy and have a lot of grenades to work with. And it looks like they're switching their eyes to mid.
And now MouseSpaz, Fruit once again here, moving up, trying to see if he can catch anyone. That's trying to move through maybe the vents here, but again, not really going to find much in the way of that. Actually, might catch someone in a second here, as Tivu is thinking about pushing through that, but decides against it now after he breaks through that. Drawso is going to actually take out Fruit, though, as again, that aggressive play comes up from LunatiK back over here through mid. Going to try to close off MouseSpaz as they redirect over here towards B. A couple blind shots coming out from, coming out here from Zek at the moment, and we'll see this approach coming out from Drawso, is able to line up Demise as well as FGB there. As we'll see Drossel getting that frag over onto FGB, and now Zek is all be able to take out Drake, and it's a 2-1 versus 4 with Imsta hiding out on A site here. Probably see we'll see Drossel in a second here, taking him down. Actually, cancel that. It'll be Imsta that takes out Drossel, but still 1v3, and Imsta's on the opposite side of the map, so we'll see LunatiK probably take another round here, and they'll bring it up to 4-1. Really
good answer here by LunatiK to win the following gun round and reset MSpaz's money, and if Imsta is not going to be able to save this as Invert, pushing through that smoke beautifully, picking up the kill on the saving CT, and LunatiK looking very commanding so far on season.
Absolutely. And now again, a bit of absolutely broken economy here from MouseSpaz, so should be, again, assuming there isn't any issues from LunatiK this time around in their overall strategy, and assuming they go to basically the right way here, should be able to easily take it to bring up to at least 5-1, but we'll see as well here. MouseSpaz is just going to pick up the usual P250s, no armor at all as well, and Zek as well is just going to buy nothing here, will only take his USP into battle, so... See a 3-2 split here. It's more like 3-1-1 actually, as we're also going to see Drossel play over here towards the mid, see if he can find anyone. LTK gets the first frag there as he take out Demise, and that clears up the B side. Only one player defending that, prompting the rotation from Fruit, as it tends to be his job to move over there, but for some reason that Molly going to get tossed into the corner, throwing out some team damage into the mix, as now Invert will go for this quick plant here. We've also got those 2 other players holding outside of T-spawn here too, completely stopping MouseSpaz's momentum. Look at this one. Drake and Drossel clean up MouseSpaz, and it actually doesn't even happen on the B site there. Completely eliminates their roster and gives LunatiK another round.
Beautiful positioning by LunatiK, knowing exactly what's going on with MSpaz money, playing for the anti-eco, and they spread out a little bit with players just covering all their bases, and then wolf packing 3 players together at B, getting that bomb down, and just beautiful play here from LunatiK so far.
Now once again, we're going to see them, again, I like what LunatiK's doing, keeping it kind of in the mix at the moment here, trying different strategies every round. They're going to be playing heavy mid once again here, but Drake, gets caught right out in the mix of that as Fruit, again, pops right out there, gets an easy kill, and Drake's going to take him down. Tivu working his way here through the vents at the moment. Oh, Fruit will get the kill on Tivu. That does a lot of damage. It brings Fruit down to only 7 HP, but here we go. Drossel finding that blind kill onto Zek through the smoke here now. All these players from MouseSpaz and LTK are trying to juke each other on the A side itself. We have an attempt from FGB coming in here very quickly to find scouts and maybe take him down. And this could be a round for MouseSpaz, but now here they come popping out. Is able to find Invert, jumps right down, takes out Scout, but very quick kill there coming out from Drossel, but unfortunately, Fruit's able to eliminate Drossel, taking out the remaining roster from LunatiK just just like that. And finally now MouseSpaz will claim another round for themselves as they bring things up to 2-5.
Yeah, really well done there by MouseSpaz to get that retake. And I like the point they made earlier is that LunatiK is throwing so many different looks here at MouseSpaz that you can't really take any of the previous information that you've seen from what LunatiK's offense has looked at like so far, because they've just shown so much different basic strategy. There's not a lot of set strategy we're seeing here, folks. It's a lot of just good calls by Scouts, who is the in-game leader, to kind of just keep them on their toes. And you know, we see middle aggression, we see 3 players taking B, we see them falling back after making a bunch of noise at one side of the map. So they're keeping this defense on their toes, and they're in a great position right now to, if they win this this round, it'll be resetting MouseSpaz's equipment.
Demise once again is going to be in charge of holding B, but he gets trapped inside here. Double mollies get popped out. Not much of a choice there except to rush into those guys. So Invert scores a nice frag. Fruit as well will fall to Drake, and now again a very good entry coming out here from LunatiK to start us off. Not going to be looking good here for MouseSpaz on the retake, especially with Drawso playing the creeper here inside of the vents, is able to find a kill over onto Zeka, lurking done by him. And now as well, Tivu just takes out Insta. Last player alive is going to be FGB, just rushes into the site, seeing if he's able to make any eco damage. Takes out Scouts, of course, but that's only going to be 1 kill compared to the 4 still alive players from LunatiK, so that's no trouble for them, and they'll continue to lead once again here as it's brought up to 2-6.
I'm really seeing a lack of just aggression from these CTs so far, as a common theme from the maps all across the board. They just play so standard, and I think that's a very big disadvantage when you're playing on this map, because you need that early information and to fight them early on. And MouseSpaz going for the aggression, all 5 in middle together, and LunatiK rerouting completely.
Pretty much completely turned your point around there as we got into that round. So,
well, they need to do it on a gun round. That's what I'm saying. It's good to do something a little bit weird on your eco, but you know, on a gun round, it could just prove so much, as it'll be even up the odds a little bit, because you'll be able to have equal weaponry. You know.
Drake here jumping over. Oh my goodness. FGB can't even get that kill on the Drake, even though he had a perfect lineup to get it a second ago there, even with the grenade getting tossed out through him too. So again, FGB gonna throw away a kill for his team. They're down to a 2v5. Nothing left for MouseSpaz to do except hope they can get some exit frags here. Demise will take out Drawso, almost is able to get Invert, but Invert with some assistance there from another teammate will take out Demise, and now that's gonna be another round for LunatiK in the bag here as they continue to rush ahead with the guys on MouseSpaz, apologies.
Yeah, and LunatiK just doing a really good job. A lot of great mid-round decision making. Seeing that so much action at middle and just going, hey, let's just go straight to B. Good window of opportunity for them to get a clean bomb site, and just basically outplaying MouseSpaz completely strategically.
And now, again, the guys on LunatiK will change it up a little bit here, try to play middle off. Good positioning here from Zek, actually, so he's going to be able to take down Scouts. Just barely is able to fall back to this corner, as now he's going to jump right into that molly, and Invert will take him out with the pistol shots there. Very good and nicely done by them, as we'll start things off with an even trade, 1-1, bringing it down to a 4-4 battle here at the moment. As now the rest of the guys from LunatiK 3 hiding out in the middle. Well, Bomb Carrier is actually not there. It's going to be Tivu who's wrapping around trying to regroup with the rest of his teammates now through T-Smoke. Shouldn't have any issue doing that, but there is going to be a little bit of a split coming out. He is hiding out just outside of the catwalk entry into a site right now. Fruit's going to be able to find a kill on a Drawso here too, so not looking good for LunatiK now, as well as with him pushing inside. Good reaction there from Drake, but also a really good reaction from FGB too, as he gets that nice quick kill onto Drake. So once again, keep things in the favor of MouseSpaz now. The remaining members of LunatiK are still going to try to go for it. They've got a kind of dual angle approach here. They are going to be able to rush in from 2 separate sides, so they should be able to get in, but they've got to be careful of Fruit as well, as I don't know if they've realized he's here just as of yet. Looks like Invert's checking for him right now, and in fact, he is going to get that kill, so now LunatiK has turned it back around into their favor, and it's all to Demise now. Full health, so not looking too bad. He's got to deal with Tivo still, who's looking at a full health pool as well, but let's see once again as he's moving into the site now. Same position that we saw our player Fruit take a second ago. Takes out Tifu there, and the last player alive is going to be right down there. Nice frag from Demise, takes him down, and that's going to be able to save the round there for MouseSpaz. Very good recovery from Demise, and now they're going to be able to keep the dream alive here, as they'll bring the score up to 3-7 now. Still behind, with LunatiK leading by about 4 rounds.
I like what I'm seeing so far from LunatiK. The mixing it up, going for the middle aggression, all just grouped up together. They win that fight, and then with that map control, leveraging it into a catwalk take, and really well done by Demise, getting in a 1-on-2 situation, able to find Tivu. Tivu thinking his head was going to be covered by crouching in that position. Sorry, bud, wrong read there. Demise taps his head and then just makes a play to go into the site and actually spots the last remaining LunatiK player underneath him, was able to pick up that kill, so really well done there by Demise.
Here comes LunatiK heading up towards Horseshoe at the moment here. This is going to be a big push from them. Imsta's going to try to hold this off here, but will get smoked off now. Still playing that angle though. Here we go. Gets 1, 2, not able to find the third as he awkwardly runs out of ammo there. Drossel will take him down, but as well, you've got FGB still holding kills the bomb carrier, and a beautiful round with Zek FGB as well as Imsta all getting kills that round there. Able to take another round for MouseSpaz and continue to close that gap against LunatiK here as we approach, getting very, very close towards the end of that first half.
Yeah, and MSpaz just needs to keep this momentum going, or they're going to be playing themselves out of this match. This is pretty much their big round to make a huge impact on this, on how it's been played out so far. They need to win this round, and they need to do it as cleanly as possible, or they're going to be kind of half buying next round.
A little bit of a skirmish in mid will go into the favor of MouseSpaz here as Drossel and Scouts both fall down here. Over in mid, apologies, just outside of jail too, we'll see Tibu get another kill on his Zek, but Fruit very quickly makes up for that as he heads right towards the exit there, so good call-outs coming out there from the fallen teammate. Battle happening just on the T side, T-spawn approach up to B as well. As we'll see, Invert and Drake both getting kills onto FGB and one other player there from MouseSpaz. So down to a 2v2, very even so far here. One of the players just barely avoiding death, but they're actually not on a site just yet. Even holds coming out so far here. Imsta's on A, and we've got Demise currently on B, but very quickly going to move back towards CT spawn and jump over onto the A site. And a beautiful position there from Imsta. Takes out the bomb here. 2v1 now. Pop flash up into the air there. Doesn't work out too well as Drakeson will take him down. And now it's a 1 versus 1 with Demise coming in from upper CT at the moment here. Drakeson not keeping too good of an eye on that one, and the pillar blocking off his vision right now. Demise can't see him either, and Drakeson will get the kill, cleaning it up for LunatiK, and once again opening up that gap.
Wow, just really good answer there by LunatiK to squash MSpaz, and now because they lost that round, you see they don't have a lot of money to work with. They're gonna probably force up just because they need these rounds as badly as they can. And yep, here comes the force buy. We see 2 M4s, a FAMAS, a 5.7, and an MP7, and LunatiK going for a perfect strategy in this situation to just all group up, wolfpack together, and take over this B bomb site. It's going to be a straight up B rush.
And here they come, going right forward at the moment here. The hold's coming out from Fruit, as well as Demise. One of their players going to join this too. Quick rotate from MouseSpaz. Not going to take any chances on it this time around. Good hold from MouseSpaz so far. 3 kills to 1. 4 kills now in the favor of MouseSpaz. All up to Invert is hiding out outside of the upper catwalk at the moment, but Zek will end his reign there. Only losing 2 players from MouseSpaz. They'll take another round and keep that lead at only 3 rounds at the moment here for LunatiK, and might even be able to make this again here a 7-8 half, which wouldn't be too bad for themselves.
Yeah, unfortunate. I might have overpraised that call a little bit by LunatiK. I thought that B was the right site to go for, but because they rushed it and didn't capitalize on the fact that MSpaz didn't have any counter grenades really, MSpaz was able to get the rotates in beautifully and completely stop the LunatiK offense.
They've got Tech 9 buys here, but Demise is laying down the spray at the moment, does a huge amount of damage. LunatiK's rush with the Tech 9 buy is not going to go anywhere, only taking out Demise that round. MouseSpaz with another quick cleanup here onto LunatiK. Continues to close it up as now we're at 6-8. Final round of the first half here with LunatiK either going to be taking a 9-6 first half or a 7-8 if they're unable to take this next round here, as we see a little bit of an awkward buy coming out from LunatiK, but they should be able to get full AKs on the board, and yeah, there we go. Full AKs, full armor. Scout's going to be missing head armor, and beyond that, quite a few grenades coming out for these guys as well, so LunatiK actually looking pretty good at the moment too, in terms of their arsenal anyway.
Yeah, they're missing a few grenades here and there, but they've been winning a lot of gunfights, so that's not going to be too big of an issue. Fruit picks up a kill on Drossel. Invert picks up a kill on the Demise on the opposite side of the map, and now we got a pretty wild situation here as everyone's very spread out.
Yeah, absolutely, and Imsta again playing that very aggressive thing he likes to do here, hiding out just outside the horseshoe at the moment here. looking to see if he can find anyone trying to push up the A steps. It'll be 2 if he decides to go for it, but not really looking too inclined to do so here as he's moving back and forth here. Molly's going to put a definite stop to that as now Scouts is coming up from the subway right now. And it looks like now that they've got 2 after this Molly expires, they may decide to push for this one. Drakesen as well is getting ready to push in from the catwalk, but gonna make this very, very quickly. There's still 4 players up and alive from MouseSpaz, and that's gonna be a very short rotate for those guys to do, as many of them are either in mid, already on this site, or over to B side right now, which isn't gonna be too much, which isn't gonna be too far away. But now here comes Tivu pushing in, isn't actually able to find Imsta at the moment here, but there we go, opening things up, takes down Zek. Imsta's going to try to hold, but fails to do so as Tivu gets 2 frags as he jumps into this site. Another player will be able to find a kill over here as he jumps in behind another player who entered from the catwalk, but very quickly Invert makes up for that as he crosses through mid, takes out FGB, leaving it all up to Fru, and it looks like unless Fru can clutch this 1v3, we're going to look at an 8-7 half. Yeah,
Fru's in a pretty tight situation here, 1-on-3. LunatiK and very good, I wouldn't say perfect after plant positioning. So if LunatiK doesn't give any shots at Fruit to have, it's going to be very hard for him to get this plant off. He's smoking it off, going for the kind of the ninja defuse, taps it once, but Invert just comes up catwalk and one taps him right in the face and ends any shenanigans. And now we have 9-6 in favor of LunatiK.
Alright guys, so there you have it once again here. Coming back with our second half of this map in just a second, so stick around. Alright guys, we're back once again here now. MouseSpaz versus LunatiK Esports here at our CS Select show match for the evening. The set is currently tied at 1-1 with LunatiK leading map number 3 here currently on season. We're heading into the second half right now with LunatiK taking on the CT side now and MouseSpaz taking on the T side. My name is Blue, joined tonight by Hurricane. And now as we head over to the T side, what's going to be the change-up? Like, what do we need to see happen from MouseSpaz here on T side in order for them to make this comeback and take this map?
Well, obvious answer is they need to start off strong by getting the pistol round and just going from there. I'd like to see some strong, tighten up the formations a little bit more for MSpaz on this T side, getting the good trade positionings, and if LunatiK shows a little bit of an aggression, going down subway, pushing into B, then I think that they might be able to cap this off and go home with a victory here, at least on this map.
MouseSpaz moving right in, gets the opening frag on Atiba, but Scouts responds with another kill over onto Zek to take him out of the picture now. Rest of the guys coming in at the moment here from MouseSpaz. They take quick control of the A site, but also Invert tries to come in from the cat, gets stopped very quickly by Demise though. And now the rest of these players are going to try to come in from the CT side. A couple moving in towards J. Another one's going to wrap through mid here as well, seeing if he's going to be able to get a nice pick over onto Demise. So that'll be 3 angles they have to work with now in a 3 versus 3. And here they come. They're going to rush right in. I think Drakesen's going to be the first one to come in through cat here. Imps is able to take out Drawl, so eliminating the J pressure, and also upper pressure is going to get eliminated there too by FGB. FGB also will score the final kill over onto Drakesen, who was trying to push in from cat. Not going to work out so well though, and MouseSpaz will start off this round in their favor by bringing the score up to 7-9 and taking the all-important pistol round.
Absolutely. So important to win that pistol round, and now they're looking good. 7-9. If they can sneak by these next 2 rounds and tie it up, then we'll have quite the barn-burning match, if I do say so myself, but not so fast. LunatiK all buying up 5.7s, P250, CZs, and they're all towards A.
And here they go. It looks like keeping one player, FGB, is going to work the B angle here too, but obviously it's not going to work out too well, as Hurricane just said. LunatiK has absolutely all of their players on the A site at the moment here, with one guy standing back towards upper CT. Again, is a bit of a delayed push in if this entry actually works out for MouseSpaz. Here we go once again, and they're moving in. Zek is going to get taken down here first, but good retaliation once again here. Overall, it's going to be an even trade, 2 for 2 now, as it's brought down to a 3 versus 3, and they will get partial control of the site. Plenty of players from LunatiK that are waiting just outside. They've only actually got 2 guys on the A site itself, so instead of pushing for that, they're just going to fall right back here and rotate through mid. They will find some trouble in mid, unfortunately, as they lose the bomb carrier. The bomb gets dropped. It's not going to be good at all, and now it's up to FGB in a 1v3, and I think they know exactly where he's hiding out at. But that's not going to stop him from getting frags here, as FGB is able to take out Drake. 1 versus 2 here with 35 seconds. Plenty of time to work this. Just needs to go in at this in the right angle. And he's got the gun advantage for now. Oh, actually, no, not really, because we saw those guys on LunatiK pick up the SMGs, so it's going to be a bit difficult for him to pull off here, but we'll see if he can make anything happen. Tries to play the pistol. Doesn't work out so well, though. And LunatiK immediately retaliate after that loss of a pistol round by taking their first eco round on the second, only the second round of this first half, or second half.
Really well done there by LunatiK, doing the surprise buy, which isn't really a surprise anymore. Everyone buys up on second round pretty much. But the surprise was that they stacked all 5 and capitalized on MouseSpaz's mistake of not sending a scout in first. They completely just went in for that site, sprung the trap. LunatiK comes out on top, and actually the last remaining MouseSpaz player cleared out B, so they tried doubling back, going to taking the bomb site B, but Draw Souls rotating to that middle connector squashed that idea pretty quick.
Alright, and starting things off, LunatiK get the first kill there. Insta falls down. Draw Soul as well, lining things up here. FGB able to take out Invert, as a rain of hellfire is going to be finally able to take him out. LunatiK will get a relatively easy cleanup after that, but still, there'll be one more frag on the board for MouseSpaz, and LunatiK as well will continue to kind of pave their own path here as they rush ahead now with the score at 7-11 against MouseSpaz.
Really well done there by LunatiK. Picking up that eco was so huge for them. Puts their money back right exactly to as if they won that pistol round, and kind of puts MouseSpaz's money in a really awkward situation. But they've recovered, they've waited it out, and now they have rifles, and MouseSpaz going for some quick subway action.
And holding it will be Tivu from LunatiK at the moment here. Trying to toss out a couple nades, keeping the guys on MouseSpaz guessing, but Imsta actually gets the opening damage, so Tivu's going to fall back and sound the alarms now. It's a molly out there too, trying to hold those guys off, and that will work for now, as the others will fall back temporarily into the subway. They'll take the ladder back up, though, and I think they might try to play the catwalk approach instead, since now, obviously, Tivu's not going to peek that angle again, unless he wants to just try and be very, very sneaky with that, but I think the guys over here on MouseSpaz should be able to jump outside sneaky, heading in towards mid, and then work their way in towards the cat if they do just still decide to play that. They'll keep one player as well just outside of the A steps, as MouseSpaz Fruit will be pushing for that one, just to kind of keep the pressure on from all angles. Demise will be working with him as well, as they're now going to try to go for this entry, and they've got to make it work soon. 45 seconds, and they've got to deal with those respawns as well, so they should be going for this any second now, and here they go. Players are moving into the site now. FGB tries to move through the smoke, but not going to work out so well. Scouts takes him down. No other frags beyond that, though, and now Fruit will actually open things up. They'll clear out the site, and now the rotation should come in from LunatiK as MouseSpaz gets the plant.
Really curious play there by Tivu. It was his responsibility to hold that subway. He knew that the terrorists were coming out from there, and instead of trying to fight them, he tried to make a play by jumping down and hiding in a corner, and got caught by the MouseSpaz player, pretty much giving up the whole site leverage that LunatiK had tried to defend. And Invert picks up Fruit, nice $600. Drake waiting for exits here, gonna be able to take down Imsta, and this is gonna cost a lot of money here for MouseSpaz. This isn't a great way to end the round for them.
No, not at all. They're leaving only 2 players alive here for MouseSpaz, and it's going to be a bit hazy as we head into the next round here, too. You take a look, and their money overall here is kind of looking a bit low. FGB, I don't even think is going to be able to pick up... yep, he's able to pick up his own AK, but yeah, I think that was actually given to him by a teammate, so unfortunately, it is going to cause quite a bit of economic damage on the MouseSpaz there, as they're going to be hurting if they don't take this next round.
Yeah, and really back and forth match so far. I think this is showing how evenly matched this really is.
Now as we head into the start of the 20th round at the moment, already had a little bit of action in mid with Fruit taking quite a bit of damage there as he tried to peek out. Was punished for that mainly by Invert at the moment, and Invert as well going to be pushing up this, try to play a little bit more aggressively here too. One player is holding just outside here at the moment. He does fall back once again here into the cat entry itself, hiding the cubby that's over in that area right now. Not actually playing for anything just yet, but trying to hide away as he did get pinched a little bit here by LunatiK. Imsta is able to take down Tivu though to start the round off finally here with some frags. Take a look, Fruit and Imsta both sitting up below 10 HP at the moment. Here we go, Scouts moving in, goes for the all-in spray essentially. Only gets Zek with that though, and another smoke pops out here. Doesn't cover too much unfortunately, but it does distract them at the very least. Now the rotation's coming in from MouseSpaz. They actually do have partial control of the A site here at the moment, but it's very, very shady at best here now. And the second they go for this plant, Invert might be able to just jump in and surprise these guys. And especially with 2 of their players being very, very low, this might be a possible retake for LunatiK to make, but FGB not going to give up on this one just yet. Kills coming out all over the place. FGB takes 2 with him. He's not dead yet either. He's holding off this. He's holding off a 2 versus 1 at the moment with some assists coming in from Demise. Invert needs to make this happen. Coming in at the moment through Horseshoe, not going to work out so well, as FGB will get a 4K that round and win another round, another one for MouseSpaz.
Really well done there by MouseSpaz, rerouting, giving up that middle Looked like Demise, and I'm not exactly sure which teammate it was of his. Trying to take that middle. Scouts made a play. Really good positioning by him, and Demise rerouted through Subway, meeting up with his teammate. And I mean, you said it well that MouseSpaz is just so low that LunatiK was looking so good on that retake, but superior play by MouseSpaz, and was able to kind of carve out a winnable situation there for MouseSpaz, and paid off.
We see once again MouseSpaz gonna move in here as they get the first kill once again, taking out Drake with Fruit getting a headshot collat there. Very nicely played. And now as well, the rest of the guys are gonna come in through the CT side. Very awkward for LunatiK to deal with here. We'll see Scouts get taken out. Another player playing on upper is able to take a few kills, but at the end of the day, MouseSpaz completely clear out the LunatiK roster without even planting the bomb there. Just win the game with their entry, and they will now start to basically only now they'll be one round away from tying things up at 11-11.
And I like what we're seeing from MouseSpaz's offense so far. It looks pretty good. LunatiK shows little bits of signs of aggression across the map, but I wish they were a little bit more all in with it, because I think it's really hurting them for not trying to get that early info. And we see kind of a little bit of a change up here. MouseSpaz kind of gravitating towards that B bomb side. We haven't really seen them go there on a gun round yet. So the rest of the player, who is that, Imsta in middle, just kind of holding it off. Scouts pushing up, getting that early info, picks up 2 huge kills, but FGB gets the trade, and now here comes the rotate.
Drawsel holding in a corner though, picks up one. Fruit hiding around the corner at the moment. Drawsel might be able to catch him off guard, and again drops the bomb for a second time now. Molly's off the last player, Imsta here too, forcing him into a corner. Might even burn up there for a second, and at the very least is going to give plenty of time for LunatiK to rotate, but definitely guaranteeing the round from MouseSpaz, and it looks like, or definitely guaranteeing the round here for LunatiK, I should say, and allowing LunatiK to maintain their lead here, unless Imsta can pull off something very impressive with this 1 versus 4.
Yeah, it would be. It's going to be a tough sell here for Imsta to try to pull this off. He has some time to work with, but the LunatiK positioning is just too strong. They're all together now. Now they know where Imsta is, but all 3 of the remaining LunatiK players are together. He's spotted out. Drake gets the nice headshot on him and cleans up the round, and LunatiK up 12-10.
And again here, LunatiK will continue to maintain their lead. MouseSpaz still kind of looking okay. They should be able to get full buys off onto the board here, I believe. A couple of them floating at above 6 or 7K right now, so they should be able to afford buys. MouseSpaz, though, definitely going to be hurting if they continue to lose. We're very close to making the comeback happen, but now again with LunatiK taking another round, separating it is going to make it that much harder for MouseSpaz to get themselves back into this game and allow them to possibly maintain the lead here in this set, as winner of this will be only one more map away from winning this best-of-5 match.
I like this. LunatiK actually doing something aggressive here, putting 2 at Subway, gets that early info, takes down Imsta, and now it puts MouseSpaz in an awkward situation here. They're kind of running around. Scouts able to pick up the rotating Zek, and then Fruit gets the trade back onto him, but the numbers advantage still in LunatiK's favor.
Here we go now with FGB is just going to push right up into this, smokes things off, trying to catch the lurker coming in from B site now, as they knew LunatiK had to have at least 1 player positioned there. Will he be able to hold things off though, as they'll get another 1-for-1 trade? So far still on the advantage of LunatiK, however, as it's a 2 versus 3 now. Not what the guys over here on MouseSpaz were hoping to get with the rotation of B, and in fact it bought LunatiK enough time to actually get themselves onto the defensive of this B site. And here we go, Invert pops right out, Fruit again with another trade, but now Fruit's the last man left alive. He evens it back up now. It's him versus 2. He's got time to plant the bomb down, so at the very least we'll be seeing some plant money coming in, but now once again playing some very shady positioning here at the moment. Fruit hiding in underneath the old pit right now. Flash will come out. That's gonna hit that's gonna hit Tuvo directly on, but he doesn't have the balls to jump out and peek that. Now again with the second flash coming out, trying to get it, and he does! MouseSpaz keeping it alive. They'll bring it up to 11-12. Very impressive play there from Fruit, taking out Tuvo, being able to pick up, I believe, a 2K that round, taking out those last 2 players, and now putting his team just 1 more round away once again from tying it up.
So dangerous in a one-on-one situation to pull out grenades, as the once wise James from Area 51 from many moons ago says, and it worked out. Fruit actually blinding himself on that second flashbang, but still knew that he needed to make a play, strafes out, does a little crouch peek, and was able to maintain his recoil control and pick up that huge round for MouseSpaz. And now we have a saving LunatiK team.
LunatiK's gonna go for that like full stack onto A side again here too, and I think Drake just got all that nice info there too, saw them all coming into mid, so Let's see what MouseSpaz decides to do, because if they continue to push for A, that could get a little bit shaky. I like the positioning from Drake, though. He's fallen all the way back towards CT. If he held back a little bit more here, like an upper, he might have been able to give these guys a surprise, but I still like where he's playing things right now. It's definitely, I think, is a bit unexpected from MouseSpaz, and if we see Drake, oh, he needs to get a little bit closer, but if Drake were to push in at the correct time, he could definitely catch these guys off guard and do some serious damage.
Yeah, but they knew that Drake was in a good position, but ran away, and the terrorists were right next to him, so they heard all of his footsteps, knows exactly where he went, and now they're hitting the perfect bomb site. They went through that middle connector and flanked, and now LunatiK, having to rotate all through that middle area that MouseSpaz has control of, gets just completely slaughtered from superior positioning from MouseSpaz. Really good heads-up call from them to group up together middle. Hear the footsteps in mid connector from Drake rotating to that B bomb site, and you know, just getting superior positioning for that round.
Yep, and absolutely. Now it's going to tie it up, guys. Now at 12-12, MouseSpaz again coming back with an absolutely wonderful stride here. Gonna really hurt LunatiK's economy now too, as we'll see a bit of a broken buy coming out from these guys. Still 3 with M4s, 1 picking up an op. It's gonna be invert as well, but Scouts unfortunately is only able to afford a FAMAS for himself here. So LunatiK, after this round, things will get a bit tough for them, but able to recover before on eco rounds. We'll see if they can do it again, and they'll open things up with the first frag. A Scout with that FAMAS will take out Zek. Fruit quick to trade though as he takes down Invert. The all-important op now falls to the ground, and it's virtually in control for the guys on MouseSpaz here. All you gotta do is get positioning here, and in fact I think FGB's taking it up, but again Drake is gonna be able to sneak right up onto FGB to eliminate him now, bringing things down to a 3 versus 4. Tuvu looking to make it a 3v2 as Imsta pops out at a bit of an awkward time there. He's going to fall right back down towards out of the subway, or move out towards mid where the rest of his teammates are. But again, not a lot of room for MouseSpaz to work with here at the moment, unfortunately. They're kind of trapped inside their own spawn unless they rotate towards B, as there's eyes on middle, there's eyes on A site, and again, they can't really play over towards... They could try to play towards Horseshoe entry again, but I don't really think that'll work out too well. But they actually take out the lurker in middle here. Drakesen's going to fall, and now they've got an open path to B or A, so no rotation can come out from LunatiK just yet. They got 40 seconds left, so plenty of time to make something happen. But now let's see where they actually decide to take it, as it looks like LunatiK may be taking a bait with some grenades getting tossed over towards the B site.
Yeah, it's gonna... MouseSpaz doing a great job just grouping up together. Need to get these trade frags. Tvu picking up Demise, but not good enough positioning by MouseSpaz to get that kill. Tvu strafes out again, waits for his teammate to rotate, and now they're just completely crushing this offense. And wow, really great play there by Tvu.
Absolutely wonderful there once again. Now LunatiK takes the lead here, 13-12. Thankfully taking that one too, so they'll be able to keep their buys alive here, I do believe. Picking up quite a few AKs as well, so that'll save them the pressure of buying. And now LunatiK once again will continue, hopefully again, to remain competitive. As for MouseSpaz, they're also still, they had quite a few rounds. They had 2 rounds for themselves there too, with not a lot. Actually, with still keeping 4 players alive in the previous round, so we will see the guys over here on MouseSpaz now as well. Apologies, they'll still be able to continue the buy trend, and they'll keep themselves fully in this match at the moment.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of grenades to work with. MouseSpaz working that smoke. Drake pushing up, gets traded by Zek, and now they have a little bit of an opening here, and the long rotate is coming into effect. MouseSpaz needs to work this window of opportunity quick, but that Molotov is surely going to have something else to say about it.
FGB trying to play don't touch the fire there, but not going to work out, as Invert is still going to be able to connect enough damage there, as unfortunately that Raptor is actually not going to work out too well. Now down to a 2 versus 2. Fruit and Himst taking on Tvu and Scouts. Scouts has been pushed out of the site, but as you'll see there, Tvu is actually inside of it, making some work, getting down there, takes down Fruit with another headshot kill, and in fact will take out the last player, so swapping over to the AK in order to finish that one off, takes out Imsta, and now LunatiK will take another round, only 2 more away from taking this map, and taking the lead in this set as well.
Yeah, just really good showing here by LunatiK. This map has just been so even, and just wow, that comment by him. So, what we've been seeing from LunatiK in these last rounds has just been stupendous. Very good individual play by a lot of the different players there, especially Tvu. That previous round comes to mind, and MouseSpaz just going right back to this B. Drossel playing B alone, gets that first kill, and really putting MouseSpaz in an interesting situation here. Gets that early information, then gets that rotate immediately from his teammate, and now they're looking pretty sound there on that side.
And now once again here, the guys on MouseSpaz Gonna try to make their way in, but not work out so well as Drake and Drossel both gonna get frags to take out FGB and Fruit. Up to Demise and Zek now. Demise trying to move in through upper outside, but not gonna work out at all, and Invert cleans it up with another kill onto Zek. And that's LunatiK now at the safe 15-point position, only one more away, looking like we're finally going to see a team take their own map pick here, as this was LunatiK's map pick, and it looks like they're finally going to be able to take it now and bring the set score up to 2-1. There's still that opportunity for MouseSpaz to bring it back, but with the current bias coming out, not looking likely.
Yeah, we're going to have to see some Miracle 1 Deegs and some Rec 9 action. And they just need to group up together. I think this is a great call by MSpaz to go through Subway, be all grouped up together. The types of gunfights you get from coming Subway is very favorable for the Tech 9, but unfortunately I think that they've made too many footsteps. Tivu definitely positioning himself and throwing that smoke as if he heard them. And Fruit trying to come out the door, same with Demise coming out middle and just got stopped immediately by scouts. Now they're pushing through the smoke. Tivu able to pick up 2 easy kills. Now it's all up to Zek, and Drake gets the nice little one-tap onto him and finishes off the map 16-12 in favor of LunatiK.
Yep, and there you have it, guys. LunatiK now leads the set 2-1. We're heading over to Inferno. MouseSpaz's second pick for map number 4. Stick around, guys, and we'll be back with it in just a few moments. Alright guys, welcome back once again here to our show match this evening on CS Select. It's MouseSpaz versus LunatiK Esports. LunatiK just took our third map over on Season, and now they lead the set 2-1. So now we're going to head on to map number 4. This is going to be MouseSpaz's second pick here, their final pick actually, as it will be over on Inferno. And this will give LunatiK the CT side with MouseSpaz on the T side. And now again, with us getting started with the first round right now, Hurricane, what do you think of this map here for both these teams?
I think if LunatiK can win this pistol round and not get ecoed in the following rounds, I think that it'll be a very strong start for them, and it'll be hard for MSpaz really to climb back. But yeah, I think this pistol round will definitely set the tone for the rest of the map.
Absolutely. And now as we start things off here, guys, on MouseSpaz, gonna play things back just outside of T-Rep right now, just outside of the banana, but they do decide to push in actually towards banana now, so this will actually work against them, unfortunately, as there is 3 from LunatiK holding that off, so it does work very much into the hands of LunatiK if they do decide to fully commit to this one. With only 2 other guys, apologies, from LunatiK just outside of A, and they're both in the apartments at the moment. That's quite a ways away in terms of a rotation perspective, but here we go now. The entry attempt is coming in from MouseSpaz at the moment. They get the first frag on a Tuvo, taking out Invert as well. Drossel still hiding out in Dark Corner. No one's checked it just yet, so he could actually come out here and surprise him. Misses the shots, though, so is not going to be able to stop the bomb from going down. Takes 1 player with him before Fruit's able to very quickly eliminate him, and now it's all down to Drexen and Scouts, and unfortunately, we're actually going to see Demise as well as Imsta there. Imsta, very patient, hiding in that corner, takes out Scouts, the last player, very unsurprisingly, and that will be only 1 player lost from MouseSpaz, as they will take the first round.
Yeah, and just standard V take. LunatiK actually had 3 players stacked there. Just unfortunate that the 2 players that were showing themselves didn't come out with any kills, or else it would have been a great setup by LunatiK. But just good shooting there by MSpaz, really asserting themselves in this must-win round so far.
And again, guys, as a side note, once more, we are doing that mouse giveaway over on Twitter. If you're interested in checking that out, go ahead and follow at CS Select as well as at Mischief Capital. We're giving away a Logitech G402 Hyperion Fury, so be sure to go ahead and follow at CS Select and at Mischief Capital on Twitter for information on how you could go ahead and win yourself that mouse this evening. Beyond that, let's get back to the games. It looks like, again, MouseSpaz is going to try to play themselves over here into the B site. The blind P90 spray coming out there from one of the players. I believe that's going to be Fruit trying to do that, but won't be finding much, unfortunately, with only 2 on the point, too, so it's actually going to work out very nicely for Tuvu, but as you'll now see, the bomb is being rotated up banana, so they're going to commit to it in a second, and Tuvu is going to have a lot of pressure on him, and with everyone from LunatiK hanging out over on the A site, this is going to be a very, very troublesome round for LunatiK indeed if this take goes well.
Yeah, I mean, Tivu is going to have to come up huge if LunatiK is going to have any shot at winning this this round. The A stack is a little bit fruitless at this point. They need to start moving now. Tivu gives the signal, hey, they're here, and here comes the rotate. But Imsta there to disrupt the rotate there. Great stuff from Imsta in perfect position, perfect gun to do so. And now the hunt begins. We see MSpaz full sprint. the dog. You hear the hounds, you know, barking, and they're hot on their scent as they're moving around the map, trying to find out where that SMG is, because they don't want to give LunatiK any sort of advantage going in. And there goes down the SMG, and Demise picks up the last remaining player on invert. And great anti-eco there by MouseSpaz.
Yeah, MouseSpaz going to clean it up once again here, continuing the trend. Very good to take T-side advantage here too on Inferno, as it does tend to be a fairly CT-sided map here, so that's going to be a very good start for these guys on MouseSpaz, especially coming out on top with the eco advantage. Still forcing LunatiK to hang back, as they didn't really score a lot of kills either, so no force buy comes out from LunatiK. Just holding back. A couple grenades going to come out from scouts, but beyond that, just P250s, and 3 of their players going to stick with USPs.
Yeah, and they're going for a B stack instead now. I like how they're just mixing it up. They're not doing the standard setup, which you hate to see. Pop flash over, and here comes LunatiK taking over Banana. FGB goes down. They're on top. They got the numbers advantage now, and they increase it even more. That's 3 players down for MouseSpaz. They get some rifles as well, or excuse me, some guns. Invert takes down Demise. Now it's all up to Fruit. Fruit with the Pro 90 takes down Drake, and now Invert is in a bad situation here. Fruit has he needs to hit this headshot. Big round there by LunatiK, and what a gamble to push down B, deny that banana map control, and it worked out great for them. And beautiful shot there to end it by Invert.
Huge risk being taken there by Invert, but works out, picks up a P90 for himself, as well as a huge shot with the USP there. Really well done. Very unfortunate for Fruit, but still, now as we head into our 4th round, big buy's going to come out from LunatiK. MouseSpaz were still able to take 2 really clean rounds, though, so it's not going to affect their full buys at all. Will be very risky if they lose this round now, but still, we're going to have that first full even buy round coming out here at the 4th one, with LunatiK behind 1-2 at the moment.
And we see the standard setup now from LunatiK and the standard default from MouseSpaz. So now we get some normal looking Counter-Strike here, folks. None of the crazy stuff. They're just working the default. 2 players slowly working banana control. LunatiK just giving it up completely, which is actually kind of surprising. But it's all right. They're just playing. They'll play it like how they see fit. And we have another 2 players from MouseSpaz working the Hulse control.
Invert there almost gets picked off by, I believe that was Demise there. Demise saw him right out in the open, but didn't go for it, unfortunately. So both those players are going to kind of sit back and be like, well, we just saw each other and didn't kill each other. So Drake's then as well holding over here on the arch side. Will be able to take out Zek. Nice flash there too. Might find Imsta, and in fact he does. Takes out 2 players with M4 headshots. Very good start for Drake's then on LunatiK. Now this leaves it only up to Demise, Fruit, and FGB from MouseSpaz, and they are split up at the moment, with FGB playing over towards B here. Almost gets taken out by Tuvo, and the other 2 are trying to push in towards A, but with 3 players ready to defend on LTK, probably not going to look so good here for MouseSpaz as we get towards the end of this round.
And no, it's looking pretty bad here, but they're going for a good play. They snuck into the arches. Now they're in CT spawn, and they have the other 2 LunatiK players completely isolated, but there's still 2 players to fight. There's not a lot of time here, and Scouts picks up a key kill. Demon follows it up, and now this is a lost round for MouseSpaz. They're waiting for the timer to run out so they can screw over this player's money. Fruit needs to survive unless he's going to lose it, and Invert comes up with a huge headshot, and now Fruit has no money from how that round played out. Only $850. So beautiful. I don't think we can say the F word on the stream. So money F by LunatiK, and playing Counter-Strike as it should.
Yeah, absolutely. And now I see as well the rotation from MouseSpaz. We'll see what they decide to do. Looks like heavy towards A this time around. They haven't really committed to anything. They sort of did it last round, but it ended up switching over towards B anyway. But we're going to see Invert putting an immediate stop to that with a very aggressive pop out here towards mid. Is able to take down the bomb carrier here now. Actually, they found that kill over on alt mid, I should say. And as well here, we're now going to see plenty of the guys. MouseSpaz, look at them. They haven't even picked up the bomb yet. They're just rushing into A right now, trying to see if they can catch anyone on the retreat. As they've kind of evened it out, at least on the A site for now. But that's actually going to be a really nice molly. Blocks out a lot of the progress that could be made by pushing out Boiler, so it'll force them over towards balcony, where Drossel's got plenty of sight on at the moment here, and Imps is going to be forced to hold back for a couple seconds. Rotation should come in here from Fruit in a second as well, but it looks like he might be holding the banana angle here. Fortunately, Drake's going to be waiting for him as he decides to push up B. Demise puts a very quick stop to, again, the kind of lead here for these guys, though, as he takes out, apologies, one of the other players here on LunatiK. And now it's down to a 2 versus 3. Drossel takes out 1. Demise is able to take out Drossel, but with us seeing Scouts clean up Demise. That's going to be another one on the board for LunatiK as they now take the lead, 3-2.
And really well played there by MouseSpaz. Rotations on point. Scouts cheating over towards A, leaving Tvu by himself. Perfectly executed CT Inferno. And we just need to see some LunatiK, get some more dominant rounds, not losing as many players, and then we'll see them exert their dominance. But MouseSpaz still just all in, buying up everything they can to keep the economy a little bit more even.
They're going to get a boost over on a porch as well here. They'll put Dralso up on top of that one too, so hopefully catching the guys on MouseSpaz a little bit off guard here as they get again, they're going to be probably looking at a pretty easy entry into the apartments themselves. I don't think Dralso's hiding on the porch. He also just shots a little bit to the left, might be able to find him, but that's not going to be the case as they come into the apartments. They're finding absolutely nothing inside of it. Drakeson once again will take over the angle just over here by the cubby by Arches, and now we'll see tier 2. The rest of the guys on MouseSpaz still a bit confused as to which direction they want to take this bomb. This has been a bit of a problem for them as they've kind of been indecisive in regards to their overall strategy here, waiting a long time to actually execute. And now, with them doing this bit of a split push here, Dralso is going to get that opening frag from up on top of the porch, takes out Demise. Other three are looking like they might want to try to push Banana here, but they've got smokes impeding their vision at the moment, and it's going to be a couple more seconds before they can actually make any action happen.
Yeah, there's a Molotov blocking the entrance of Banana, but the smoke execute is going to be in play, and they're already cheating a third player over towards B, but Imsta is there in perfect position to really disrupt the rotates again. He plays that role so beautifully, and looks like Imsta is just opting to dead zone in. The lurk, Imsta, also goes down to Drake, and now Zek gets that opening kill. They know where Tvu is, circling around. Beautiful kill there by Zek. 2-on-2. Not a lot of HP to work with from these terrorists, so they need to hit some clean headshots or else this is going to be pretty bad.
Drake sneaking in now, unfortunately gets hit with that. Unfortunately gets hit with that flashbang, so that holds him back. But a good molly is actually going to hold off LTK completely for right now, as both him and Fruit are going to try to hide in the corner. Not a lot of HP between the two of them, but here we go, coming out. Zek is making some work get done here as he takes out Soul. He's still Fruit alive here too, so Drake's going to push up. Does get the kill, but a quick return. Unfortunately, at the end of the day, the Invert is thankfully going to still be alive here and will be able to take down Fruit. And we'll be able to give this round back to LTK as they continue to lead here now, bringing it up to 4-2, I believe.
Yep, 4-2 for LunatiK. Beautiful retake by them. Trade kills worked out beautifully for them. But unfortunately, a lot of players will keep dying, so their money isn't establishing itself as much as you'd like on CT. So MouseSpaz still in the mix, getting that bomb down, giving them that extra 800. They'll be able to buy AKs again. So they're going to keep this pressure on, and this is still anyone's game.
And now MouseSpaz once more. It looks like they're going to take it up pretty heavy Banana. They got one player kind of lurking over here, Altman at the moment. We're going to see if he can find Invert. Invert looked like he might have wanted to peek out the window here, but decided against that now. Oh, there we go. Oh, catches Demise in the middle of a jump, unfortunately. So there goes Demise. And now the rest of the guys over here on Invert. Might get the surprise on B in just a second as you've got Tvu as well as Scouts holding off here. Scouts trying to get some frags, takes one player with them, but a big hold will come out here. Fruit, though, takes out Tvu as well as Scouts there. Tvu very aggressive on that peak, unfortunately. That's going to cost him his life. Now it's down to a 3 versus 2 with the guys over here on MouseSpaz having control of the B site. Drake trying to push over here towards B, but now we'll see as well here. Oh, there goes Fruit. Very nice angle from Fruit. Takes out Drake. Now it's up to Invert and Dralso. Still waiting for Dralso to actually come in from Banana. He's just now in position, so they can make this move if they want to. And they've got to go for it soon here. Oh, it did not catch that player hiding out in the back corner, unfortunately. So that's going to cost them big. Now up to Invert. Unfortunately, he knows where Imsta is, but Fruit's still kind of a mystery to him. And unfortunately, that's going to cost them now as Imsta is able to take out Invert. Fruit was there to support anyway, so probably would have led to MouseSpaz still taking that round. And they're now going to continue to close the gap as it's brought up to 3-4.
Yeah, all MouseSpaz needed to do was to win one round, and then LunatiK was going to have to save. So well done by MouseSpaz now, keeping that economic pressure, keeping these rounds so close, and now they're reaping the benefits of it. LunatiK only has the few P250s, one flashbang. Looks like they're going to try to do a little pop flash in middle and try to catch someone off guard.
Invert holding off at the moment here with, I think, 3 of his other teammates here right now. He's got Invert, Scouts, as well as Dralso. Oh, looking to peek out here towards mid. Beautiful flash, but there's no connection. A 1-for-1 trade, 2-for-1 in favor of MouseSpaz, actually, as they take out both Dralso and Invert, only losing Fruit from the side of MouseSpaz. And now Drake as well tries to pop out, but again, not much happening. Scouts and Tuvu, the last two left alive here, and this is pretty much open season for MouseSpaz. They can go wherever they so choose, and there shouldn't be much of a risk to it, as they've got the huge gun advantage now, as well as the man advantage, up by 2 players at the moment here. And here they come onto the A site. Tuvu is going to try to pop out and surprise them. Not going to work out too well, and now it's all done on Scouts, who's playing a very, very passive game inside the pit right now, just underneath the car. We'll be able to find Imsta, but now he's revealed himself. Everybody knows where he does pick up an AK, however, so let's see if he can make anything work with this. Try to play all angles, does manage to find Demise, but unfortunately Zek there will keep him guessing too heavily, and Zek will finally get that kill on the Scouts. MouseSpaz will now tie it up at 4-4.
Really well done there by LunatiK to just make the most out of that eco. They barely spent any money, but cost, probably MSpaz, 5 times to 6 times as much economy damage as they spent. So well done there by LunatiK. It's 4-4 now, and we see kind of a mix buy here. We have a 5-7 on Tvu, a Mag 7 on Drossel, but Invert has an off. Going for an early mid pick, and MSpaz actually strafed out middle to try to combat that and trade out that kill, but good job by Invert to get out of dodge, and he only survived there 12 HP.
Absolutely. Now as we move back over to check out what's happening on Banana there, we actually are going to see Imsta and the rest of these guys. They push up 2, takes out Fruit though. And now this is going to hold back the players on MouseSpaz. This is, again, it's still even trade, 4 versus 4 at the moment here. Invert just barely able to see there as Imsta crosses past his vision path. Won't be able to score any frags though. That was way too narrow of an angle to take a shot, especially as it would have given away his position and forced him to reposition. 3 players still looking to push Banana. Heavy smokes though, and it's going to continue to be reapplied, so MouseSpaz again might fake smoke this and then fall back towards A. It's definitely the stronger choice right now, especially with Invert getting taken down there by Imsta just a few seconds ago. But it looks like again here that we saw a very good push come in from Drake, able to kind of clean up the offenders from MouseSpaz that were in Banana. They weren't expecting that at all, and it's pretty much been left up to Imsta right now, who's going to sneak in towards the B site from the CT direction. Tuvu might just take him out here though. And now that his position has been revealed, the rest of LunatiK can kind of cross back over towards him. Nice Kobe there from Imsta. Very good shot. Take out Tuvu. 1 versus 2 though. 20 seconds left on the clock. He's got to clear this out and pick up the bomb and run back to B site and play it. So Imsta not looking too good for him. He's going to go for it though, pushing out 2 players defending. Now checking that left angle though, gets out of the way. The flash, but Scouts unfortunately catches. So Scouts cleans it up once again and gives LunatiK another round.
Yeah, and just really well done there by LunatiK. Drake with the huge flank, catching MSpaz at the worst possible moment when they're pivoting back from throwing a bunch of nades to fake B and double back to middle, knife out to try to make the most out of their movement. And unfortunately, Drake was there to punish all of them for that. So really insane 3K to turn the tides for LunatiK's favor.
And now we'll see again MouseSpaz. They're pushing up towards B at the moment here. Big, all 5 of their players at the moment are stacked up onto B, and they might just go right for this now since they obviously are going to have the man advantage here. But again, holding back as they see that there is a lot of pressure, counter pressure coming in from LunatiK at the moment. Smoked off here. Try to see if they have another smoke ready to go. Yeah, they've got plenty of smokes here ready to reapply, as Tuvu still has his ready to go toss over here as well. So it's going to be a while before MSpaz can actually make a play, but they're going to go for it anyway here. LunatiK repositioning a little bit here. Tvu trying to hold off, but Zek as well as Imsta both get frags on the Scout and Tvu. Now again, the guys on MouseSpaz will get onto the site. Very quick plant comes out for them as well here, and this forces LunatiK to reposition. Plenty of time for the guys on MouseSpaz to get themselves into a good spot as well to defend. So LunatiK, I don't even think they're going to attempt this. They're just going to let MouseSpaz take this and tie it up again here.
Yeah, just too clean of a take for MSpaz's sake that LunatiK just was like, all right, we need to save our guns. It was too much. Even though that they have superior weaponry, they probably could have gone for it, but just in the manner of how quick that was and how quick the bomb went down, they would have a lot of time to get into afterplant positioning. Drake trying to get some exit kills, picks up 2, which is great. And but MSpaz keeping it nice and even at 5-5.
Now, once again, at round 11 here, really broken at the moment here for LunatiK, unfortunately, as Scouts has literally no money at the moment here. He might get tossed something, but I think at this point they're just relying on pickups that they were able to take from the last round there. So, after the kind of trade-ups we've seen, we've got two players, apologies, rolling with pistols. Armor fully for the team, but again, only 2 M4s and then an AK. So, LunatiK on a really broken buy here, really awkward one too. Whereas MouseSpaz, they're kind of rolling in it right now as they got their full buy out on the board. Imsta's even rolling with a Tech 9 right now too. And
yeah, they got quite the arsenal. Drake picking up a huge kill on the Demise. getting a little bit of aggression going in, and MouseSpaz trying to fight back for that map control. Imsta all the way into the boiler room, able to pick up that kill, and MouseSpaz needs to just group up here like they're doing and get the kill. Invert gets a nice kill onto Fruit. Zek pushes through the smoke, able to punish him for that with a nice trade. Scouts picks up a kill in Halls, and now he's in pit, and he needs to delay as much as he can. Gets a nice kill onto Imsa. Needs to wait for his teammates to come in, and he's just strafing left and right, guns ablaze, and gets the headshot onto FGB, and what a round there by Mark.
Yeah, good job there by Scouts once again with that hold off, really keeping him guessing as that last player was trying to get himself onto the A site, just did not work out at all though, and really good work, the 5-7 there from Scouts, able to clean it up nice and easy for LunatiK to allow them to retake the lead once more here.
And putting MouseSpaz in a bad spot, need the save again, and they're just going for Tech 9, smoke, flash onto Demise, the strat caller, so we'll see what he does for his team, and looks like LunatiK going for a triple B push, which might be a great call for him. Yep, they take down Demise before he's actually able to throw any of those nades for his teammates, so now they have no sort of grenades to work with to breach in, and now they're just doubling back, trying to see if they can stop this B push. Scouts picks up another one, but Zek gets the trade kill onto him, and now Tvu left alone, and Banana spots him, but falls back, gives him Scout's gun, and now they're all grouped up together. Invert is playing with Tvu though, so the CTs are playing 2-2. And wow, they actually boosted it up, and they're able to catch Tvu off guard. And now it's going to be up to Invert. Beautiful flashbang, picks up one, picks up two, but Zek able to get that final trade. Needs to get the bomb and get it quick. He has actually enough utility here to pull something off. Oh, but he fake plants. Boo. He goes for that fake plant, and Drossel, Drake in the same position. Perfect trading position, and they didn't even need to trade as Drossel was able to take him out. I would have liked to see him maybe just throw the smoke down at spawn, go for that quick plant, and then try to make a play. Maybe push through that smoke after he hears some, footsteps from the CTs to decipher where the positioning is. But unfortunate, it didn't work out that way, and LunatiK comes out on top, 7-5, finally able to string some rounds together.
Gotta love the absolute bewilderment there, too, that came out from one of the players when that stack started off, as he's like, where are the shots coming from? Because you don't expect that at all. But again, starting things off here, round 13, apologies, Zek will be taken out once more here by Invert with an opening op shot through mid there, very nicely pulled off by him. This will immediately cause MouseSpaz to scatter, as they're gonna split 2-2 now, trying to move two players up Banana to see if they can find anything there. Same thing will be happening through the apartments, but as well, Invert will put a stop to the apartments push pretty much there, forcing the player Demise to fall back towards Banana there. Has to pick up a bomb, obviously, so there we go. He's going to grab that one, and he'll move back to regroup with the team up Banana, but this severely limits the options for MouseSpaz, and again, puts LunatiK in a pretty good spot to probably take this next round, unless we can see a very good entry and a very good position on these entries, too. They could technically even it out if they get onto B without losing any players, but again, LTK has to know that something's going to be happening here pretty shortly, as an A push completely failed. They already lost two players over there. Drake, however, is able to eliminate FGB. And now we see the rest of these guys pushing onto the site now. Not going to go so well, though, as the rest of LTK gets taken out, and MouseSpaz, unfortunately, is going to lose this round. LTK getting another one onto the board for themselves, bringing it up to 8-5.
MouseSpaz actually had a good shot at winning that round, but Drake really made the difference there. They had enough grenades to try and, they're going to do a pretty good B take with Molotovs and smokes to boot, but Drake coming in at the perfect time, peeking down middle, saw that no one was there, and just gambled to push behind them at Banana. No one was watching it, picks up that kill, and funneled the remaining terrorists into B to their ultimate demise. So, speaking of demise, jumping back and forth, spotting the players that have pushed into B, and now his teammates are going up to top middle. Imsa picks up one, Drossel answers back on the Zek, picks up another nice follow-up 5-7 kill, and now pushing through. Scouts expects the push from FGB into CT spawn, and MouseSpaz still able to get the bomb down, so not a bad eco, all things considered.
Really good reaction here from LunatiK, though, as they push right back into this site here, trying to retake a little bit of team damage coming out there, but not too bad, as at the end of the round, they're still going to clean things up, and once again, that's going to be another one on the board for LunatiK as they bring things up to 9-5 now, and again, most definitely now winning the half here as we get towards the end of it, but, I mean, at the same time, it's not a bad half for MouseSpaz either, as they're still going to look pretty good at the worst-case scenario now. It's only going to be 10-5, and again, on a map like Inferno, that's still a pretty good half on T-side, in my opinion.
No, I think you're absolutely right. Very, very well done. MouseSpaz can walk away even losing this round, feeling good about themselves, as this is a CT-sided map for the most part, especially with how LunatiK has been playing it with the random aggressions from both sides. Invert trying to get that early pick middle, isn't able to capitalize onto it, and now he's moved his way into window room, but oh, that nade doing massive damage. 24 HP left for him.
Huge damage going on to Invert there, but now the rest of the guys are trying to move in as well here. Stunned a little bit, of course, by the action that's happening, but Invert's going to pop right out again. This smoke should be expiring pretty shortly, and this means that we'll see MouseSpaz probably try to make a move either through mid or try to breach into the apartments. Heading over to Demise, they're actually already inside the apartments right now. They've got full control of at least the kind of T-side part of it, but also as well as hanging out just in the balcony room. And now as he pops up...
And MouseSpaz has complete control over middle, and there's actually, looks like there's 2 players underneath the porch together. Actually, no, it's just one. It's Drake. He's under the porch, spots one right through a little bit of a crack in the smoke, and now funneling the remaining terrorists to Wrap. Actually, Invert catching a FPV while Drake wasn't looking. Picks up Zek as well. Drake just not looking at any of the right spots as I was spectating him, and Drossel getting 2 huge kills to end the LunatiK with 10-5, and just a very dominant CT half by them. But now it's MouseSpaz's turn on CT. They need to pick up this pistol round.
Alright folks, welcome back once again here to our show match. We're getting started with the second half now of Inferno. It's LunatiK Esports versus MouseSpaz. LunatiK led the CT half 10-5, but now we're going to see if MouseSpaz can make their own comeback, as they're going to take on the CT side, but they are behind by quite a bit. So this pistol round, as well as, again, the next few rounds are going to be very, very important for MouseSpaz to make their own comeback happen here.
And yeah, this is such a huge pistol round. This will definitely set the table for what we're about to see. And let's see if anyone's doing anything special. Looks like MouseSpaz just opting to do 2B, 3A. So kind of boring, but looks like Scouts throwing a smoke, and wow, what a money grenade right onto the feet. And the rest of the LunatiK players are going to be working halls very quickly.
And here they go, kind of rushing inside of the moment of the apartments, jumping through the doorways as well. They're just going right for this one. Doesn't spot anyone over here by the car, so they're just going to wrap around the other side just to check it here. Fruit's going to be waiting for them, but won't be able to make much happen. Wrapping right outside. Scowls with a 1-2 kill there to take those players out. Zek as well going to get eliminated. There is no defense at all here for MouseSpaz. Finally able to see Demise pick up something, but still beyond that, that's going to be an absolutely beautiful start for LunatiK, as they will lose only 1 player on the pistol round.
And Marks stole that pistol round from our old team from TTB, smoking that top middle, nading on top of it, and then doing a little pop flash for his teammates as they split through the boiler, and they actually went through there and went straight to the Wrap, and were just won every gunfight that came in front of them. Scouts coming up with 2 huge kills to start off the round, and then just putting MouseSpaz in a completely bad place. Didn't really know where to rotate, as everyone was just dropping wherever they went.
Now as well, we'll see the guys. LunatiK tried to push up towards B here, but someone, I believe it was Imsta there, actually played it forward and actually held those guys back. He's actually the only one at B right now too, so he's going to need some support. I don't know how many people he saw, but it definitely would be beneficial now for him to call this out. But look at this jump spot. He's got himself up on top of the fountain at the moment here. If this is actually able to work on a hold, because they will not expect this, and they are going to go for the B side in a second. This could be very impressive, but as we see now, that other player is also going to be playing aggressive over there too, to try and distract and hold back the remaining players from MouseSpaz, as I think they've gotten that info too. So the play from LunatiK should be coming in pretty soon. Here comes the smoke to block off CT, but they're moving onto the site here right now. And as we see, Imsa actually does get at least 1 frag with this, jumps off very quickly behind the second box. And now we'll see him eliminated by Drake. Since a blind fire coming through from the guys on MouseSpaz over from CT. Not going to connect much with that though. Now they should be able to get onto the site, get it planted. Drake's even going to be able to take out Zek now, down to a 3 versus 3. They have the advantage once again. And now it's up to MouseSpaz to make this retake happen. It's not going to look good, though, as Drakeson. Actually, again, Demise is able to jump over things there, so it doesn't get out of the way too much. But now Fruit's coming through, is able to take out Drakeson. 1 versus 2. As LunatiK still on the site. Fruit is coming through construction at the moment here, but Scout takes him out nice and easy.
Wow, that round, that shot by Scouts at the end was dirty.
Was that scream, man? You scared me. It was spooky.
That's my boy. I'm biased. That was such a great shot by him. And, wow, just a really good anti-eco there by LunatiK. And just very standard. Drossel doing a great job delaying that rotate. And perfect decision by LunatiK to go and hit that B.
Alright, and here comes again. LunatiK gonna split themselves up this time around too. Not looking to make a huge push or anything such as that. So, as you take a look, Tivu is pushed up a little bit on top of Logs at the moment, trying to play aggressively in hopes that someone else will push up there and he can take them out. But it's not really going to be happening here. It looks like Imps is going to hang back this time. Demise as well won't really push for that, but the rest of LunatiK's coming up, so they're going to commit to B. It worked out pretty well for them last time, so once again, they're going to go for that. Now we'll have to see here. This is very, very slow play at the moment. Again, MouseSpaz still holding back, but now the action's getting started here with the rest of these guys on LunatiK. They're pushing in. They get the opening frag. They take out Demise now. The rest of them coming out of the site. They haven't actually spotted Imsta just yet as he's hiding out in a smoke. Look at this from Imsta, though, playing so patiently. Invert's going to take out FGB, but Imsta's got to make this move pretty shortly as the second that smoke expires. It's going down now. Here we go. Takes out Scouts now as he's finally popping out. Has picked it up. I'm not sure if they've seen him yet either. They're all going to try to diverge on him, and thankfully take him out nice and quick. So it's actually not going to be as dangerous as we were thinking, but still, the fact that he was able to survive all that time without getting spotted was impressive in itself. But LunatiK will still take that round and bring it up to 13-5 now.
And here we go. Here's the defining moment for MSpaz right now. They need to start off this with a clean victory on the first gun round, and I wonder if they're going to do anything special for it. Let's see where the positioning is. Nope, they're not putting it 3B or anything like that. So they're going to just play pretty standard. I don't see anyone with good enough spawns really to do anything aggressive, but I like what we're seeing so far from the B players from MSpaz. They're kind of playing like NIP does, or Freiburg, so to speak, where they just smoke off right at the entrance into the B site and deny any sort of map control by LunatiK. But it doesn't seem like they care, as it's only Tivu there really making a lot of noise as the rest of the team is alt mid.
And now we see, again, very slow opener here from LunatiK trying to set themselves up as MouseSpaz is playing super duper passively as well here. They do not play this aggressively at all. You saw that one time, but actually, here we go here. FGB is going to get 2 frags. Drakeson's able to take him down. Another return from Fruit and Invert there as those two will trade. Brings it down to a 3 versus 2 in the favor of MouseSpaz now. And Invert and Drossel both going to be rotating. They actually do have Drossel on the A site right now, but Invert's going to have to try and jump outside. That smoke is blocking Imsys, who should be able to get onto the site and plant this easily, but there's a quick rotate waiting here from Fruit if he just decides to rush over there towards the porch and then jump over onto these guys. He can certainly do so, but the smoke is cleared off now. Drossel holding inside the graveyard, doesn't really know where MouseSpaz is coming from right now. So he's going to check right now, looking in the right spot, thankfully. So Fruit as well as Demise will come in here in just a second. He's going to try to hold. Invert's also gotten a kill here too, but Demise is able to take out Drossel down to a 1 versus 1. And now we'll see here, Demise goes for the fake. Here comes Invert rotating around here too. Finds it, but not able to connect it, and MouseSpaz Demise will take out Invert. Plenty of time to defuse it. And that'll be another round on the board for MouseSpaz, keeping the dream alive, but just barely, as they're still 7 rounds behind LunatiK, and LunatiK needs only 3 more to clean up this set.
Yeah, real good answer there by MSpaz. Great retake by Demise. Perfectly played one-on-one situation. Tapping that bomb, forcing LunatiK to the remaining LunatiK player to force his hand, and keeping crouched so that there was no information for the terrorist to know that he's not off the bomb, and then just does a crouch peek. Beautifully played there by MSpaz. And this is the starting steps to mounting this comeback.
And now again, LunatiK pushing 2 up Banana at the moment, moving 1 up mid, but he quickly rotates over towards alt mid with the rest of his players. One's going to push up the T-steps here at the moment. FGB with that blind spray does find a kill in the draw, but Drake as well takes down Fruit here. Invert's going to push right up as one is hiding behind the sandbags right now. Imps is able to take that frag on the Invert. MouseSpaz FGB takes out Drake, and now it's down to a 2 versus 4 here. MouseSpaz once again leading the charge on the defense here, as they are playing CT side. And now it's completely forced Scouts and Tiva to fall back towards their spawn here. Tiva's going to have to run back towards T-Ramp to pick up the bomb, and it looks like they're going to try to push mid, but again, MouseSpaz has them covered wherever they go. Either way, it's going to be a 2 versus 2, and we've got a rotation coming out from Imsta now. He's going to be over on the A side in just a second, ready to go and ready to counter out whatever LunatiK guys will throw at them here.
And FGB in perfect position to spam them, but decides not to, and looks like Tivu gets isolated because of great Molotov coming in from arches, making Scouts just stay back. Tivu needed to get kills in that situation, but didn't get so much. So beautiful round there by MouseSpaz, and now we're seeing their economy slowly starting to build up. We'll probably see a lot more Molotovs coming in from them if they're smart, and you know, really exert their dominance here on the CT side and make LunatiK really play, you know, the full capacity of a defense.
And this is going to be another save round here from LunatiK, as once again they're picking up mainly Tech 9s and P250s right now. One player's even just going to stick with his usual, is just going to stick with his Glock right now. A couple flashes and smokes coming out as well. Tiva going to pick up some armor, but beyond that, LunatiK's probably just going to try an aggressive push up towards B, see if they can get in close range and get some easy frags onto MouseSpaz members, clearing out the site, and at the very least getting some plant money. But definitely looking like another round for MouseSpaz here, at least on the economy side of things. Hiding inside of smoke right now. They don't want to push up an upper banana just yet, but here they go. They're just going right for it now. Beautiful flashbang does block off vision here, but Imsta's holding off, and Imsta not able to connect any shots. As Scouts gets a kill into Imsta with a headshot there with his Tech 9. Demise, however, is still holding off. He takes down Drossel. Jump shot in from Scouts there, but not going to connect as Demise is able to take him down. Fruit will also take out Droxen, the lurker, and now it's on a Tivu in a 1 versus 3. Will take down Fruit. Now he's going to be forced to hold back, get himself onto the site. Bit of a messy spray, but it actually connects on his Zach. However, FGB will clean things up in that final 1v1 there. Takes out Tivu, and MouseSpaz still continue the streak to come back into this game.
Yeah, they're doing really well so far, but very costly round. Tivu on a 1-on-3, able to pick up 2 kills, which is very detrimental for MouseSpaz, as you can just take a little peek at their economy right now. The only player that has a decent amount of money is the only player that survived last round. So if LunatiK can pick up this round, which is very possible, as they have almost folded grenades together, and they'll be able to really reset MouseSpaz and put them in a very bad spot.
And here comes LunatiK once again, pushing slowly up mid and alt mid right now. We're going to send at least one player up the T-steps over inside of the apartments, but actually it's going to be Drossel through mid that takes out Zek to start this round off for these guys. MouseSpaz realizing there's absolutely no one pushing up banana, but still keeping 2 players here. LunatiK has to make their move here soon now that they've been scouted out, and as seen again that there's no one up banana, they're actually going to rotate Tivu over here once again, and hopefully we'll find Imsta. Flash connects on Imsta, but that smoke is blocking off way too much. Imsta trying to jump over that, seeing if he can find anything. I think he does hear the jumps, but unfortunately, we'll see Imsta fall back before he's actually able to connect anything with that double smoke from these 2 players, as Tivu and Imsta are just chasing each other around. But beyond that, we are kind of having a staring contest back over on the A site itself, as the guys on LTK still waiting for a good opportunity to push through and get themselves onto the site. We've got FGB holding off just outside the balcony. Demise is just outside a library as well here, so it will be a bit of a hard angle to make as they push through here, but they're going to go for it anyway, as they do catch Demise. Beautiful shot from Drake as he takes out Demise, and now all they got to deal with is FGB down over here inside the pit. Invert's going to jump right down, takes him out with that spray there. No kills for FGB at all, and now it's a 5 versus 2, and it looks like LunatiK have gotten themselves back on the treadmill now, and they should be able to take this round.
Yeah, great decision by MouseSpaz to save in this situation. It's 2-on-5. They need these guns for this next round, as pretty much the rest of their team is not going to be able to buy. FGB probably will have around 4,900, and he'll be able to pick up a Colt, but the rest of the teammates are probably going to be using 5.7s, maybe a FAMAS if the money works out that way. And they're going to be in a hard spot. They're going to be trying to defend the tie point with not that much equipment, so LunatiK is going to be in a severe advantage. And Invert taking down Fruit is so impactful.
Absolutely, and now that's going to hurt their eco even more here. Now only one player, Imsta, was able to save that previous round. FGB is just going to pick up a full M4 here, is able to pick up a full buy, but beyond that, as you can see here, absolutely no money left for these guys to work with here. Imsta, actually no, I thought he was going to toss it off. Demise is actually going to pick up a scout here as well, but beyond that, full buys from LunatiK, no ops or anything though. And they're just going to play as they have been here, looking to clean it up with only 2 rounds left for the victory, not only of this map, but of this set too. This is where MouseSpaz really needs to pick up their stuff, otherwise it's all over and they're going to be sent home packing.
Yeah, and Imsta trying to be cute, pushing up really close into Banana, but Tivu throwing a perfect grenade, putting him at half HP, and that's such an impact, especially because he's one of the few remaining guns on the CT side. Drake picking up a kill on the Zek, and now they have pretty much A on a Lynch.
Here we go once more here as the rest of LunatiK is going to push in. They're also playing it a little bit carefully inside the apartments there, but now Fruits camping. Scouts jumps over, is able to find FGB. FGB unfortunately won't get much of a return outside that. Imsta's the last one alive, 1v5 clutch. I don't even think he's going to attempt it there. Just sitting there bouncing around on the B site. He's probably just going to sit back, attempt to save that M4, and take it in with the rest of his team. They'll try to tie it up at 15, but don't know if it's going to be possible here now, as it's looking like LunatiK should be claiming this. After this one, they're only going to need one more, and that should be easy, as MouseSpaz needs like 8 more in order to tie it up.
Yeah, and let's just take a look here at Imsta and see if he can save this, and no dice there, and he's going to be very broke. This spy that's coming out from MouseSpaz to try to defend this match is going to be hard. Full match point for LunatiK. They got 7 of them, and they're looking so strong. They have full grenades, 4 Molotovs to boot, the full rainbow, and only the best weaponry on the CT side is a scout. So let's see if MouseSpaz has it in them to make some, some big plays and try to salvage this.
And here we go, opening it up big. It's going to be Fruit here as he takes out Drake. Now this will put a stop to the plans here from LunatiK. As once again, they're going to be forced to fall back here. 2 other guys trying to play up Banana. Oh, look away there from Tuba. It does cost him his life, as Imsta will find a frag over onto him here. Not a bad start from MouseSpaz, but here comes the rest of the players. Now Imsta gets another one, as well as a frag kill. Good cleanup there from MouseSpaz. Not out of this one just yet. 15-9 now, as they take a very successful run, not losing a single player that time around. No,
they didn't. They picked up 4 AKs, as a matter of fact. And now it's looking pretty good for them. Their weaponry is pretty much even with LunatiK. Zek still with that scout, so we'll see if they can make the most out of this, but LunatiK kind of throwing away that round. Very careless mistakes all across.
Here comes once again, it's going to be LunatiK going for a big push up Banana, but the same thing's going to come out from MouseSpaz. MouseSpaz, though, comes out on top of that 3 versus 3. As it's going to be tied up, as you still had those 2 from LunatiK pushing up, and one more player was able to survive, so there's going to be a quick switch up once again. They'll rotate Drake to push back up Banana for a second time now, but Drawson as well as Scouts now, they're going to try to play middle here. It's smoked off at the moment, so they can approach it a little bit more carefully, but Zekdom and Demise, I think, are already waiting over on the site itself. There's going to be FGB as well as Zek that'll be waiting over here on the A side. Zek's actually fallen back to the A side itself, but they have moved over the bomb carrier Scouts. They're still going to commit to B, as there's only one player with that now. It's going to be Demise, but now we'll see once more. They still have a minute, so plenty of time to play this for LunatiK.
Yeah,
still deciding. Go ahead.
LunatiK just throwing some smokes over at B, making some noise, and then going right back to A. FGB gets the double kill. Oh, makes that triple. Wow, what a round there by FGB. He needed to step up big in that situation, and he played that. He played that so beautifully, and a little bit of the crap talk. God bless for that one tap, and Scouts being a good sport, saying well played. And now we see a save here for LunatiK, and I bet they're going to be kicking themselves for, they had such a good opportunity to seal this deal right when they got to that match point when they only had to fight against 5-7s, and now they're giving them all those AKs on there. There's still 3 remaining AKs on that CT side, so that round just echoing through times. And
FGB will open things up here with a frag on the draw, so to start things off. We'll see Drake as well, and FGB also going to be fighting inside of the apartment's long haul here, but the rest of LunatiK is actually able to find a way onto the site. FGB, though, again, already up to a 3K here now, and here comes the rest of MouseSpaz. They very quickly reinforced this A site, unfortunately, with, again, FGB kind of mopping up the reinforcements from LunatiK there inside the apartments. Wasn't much left for them to pull off, and now, once again, MouseSpaz will take another round and be only 4 more behind LunatiK.
Yeah, and LunatiK's gotta be able to get some sort of kills around the map, or it's gonna be bad sailing for them from here on out. MouseSpaz Zek actually has a really good spawn for middle, so he could really make a difference here, but actually he's not using it. He's playing it a little bit smarter than he would, and Drake takes down Zek, and Scouts opens up on Demise, and now they have a lot of control here. They're just going in to B, Looks like it's going to be a fake. Scout's picking up another. Now that bomb site's completely open. Drossel getting a kill on the fruit. Now it's 5-on-1 for FGB.
And the rest of LunatiK coming up outside the B site here right now. FGB, the last hope here at the moment for Mouse. And... Alright. Timu gets killed, as does Drossel now, so FGB's got a little bit of momentum going. But here comes FGB now. He's going to smoke off CT, blocks the vision, takes out Invert. Hold on. I think he disconnected there, actually. I could be wrong. One of them disconnected, but he's going in. No!
Oh my god.
Dixon there still is able to find it. Doesn't check the second box. And there you have it, guys. LunatiK cleans it up. 16-11 final map score here in map number... apologies, here in map number 4. It's going to be 3-1 final score in the favor of LunatiK Esports. Good comeback after that first map on Dust 2. We, of course, guys, we are going to be doing that mouse giveaway here on the stream, so don't leave just yet. Stick around. We'll come back with that in just a few minutes.